Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. We are back. Sixers basketball finally on our streams. We've got a PSN watch-along. It's the day before Christmas, which is always the kind of best day of the year. You've got myself, Liam Jenkins, Ricky Amandeo. We're going to have some of our other writers along with us later as well. We're all locked in. We've got the Wizards, we've got the Sixers at the Wells Fargo Centre. Unfortunately, we can't be there tonight, which is a shame because, I mean, could you imagine the atmosphere? The first game of the Morey era, the first game of the Doc Rivers era. Like, this has been an incredible off-season.
Oh, I know. I couldn't imagine. Like, I was talking to the boys earlier, and I was just saying, there's nothing I would do. I mean, there's a lot of things I would do, to get that thrill of a packed Wells Fargo Center again. And just sitting in the crowd with all the screaming, borderline triggering a seizure. Like, I would do anything to get back to that point. See the fire go up as they're introducing the starters. I miss it.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a great vibe, guys. If you're in the chat, let us know if you're watching this. We've got nearly 20 of you at the minute. Drop a like if you're new around here and enjoying this. We're bringing you live coverage throughout the game. The reason you're seeing betting lines down the bottom is because that will change to an updated court graph, so you can see who's in possession, the score of the game. Makes life very, very easy, but also myself and Ricky, hosting a betting podcast, we are kind of gambling degenerates, so we have to talk a little bit. Are you betting tonight's game at all, Ricky? Is there any money on it for you?
So I wasn't planning on it. And then, I know, obviously, I don't think you can use FanDuel, but they have Ben Simmons and Embiid ringing the bell, so that's nice to see. All right, sorry. But I wasn't planning on it. And then Charles Barkley actually had a promotion with FanDuel, and they're giving out 10 risk-free dollars in any capacity to bet on NBA games, so I had to. So I just took the Sixers with the spread. I think they're going to win this game pretty handily. With the addition of Russ to the Wizards, it's probably not going to be as easy of a game as maybe we would have thought last season. But I definitely think the Sixers should control this game. There's just so much excitement. There's so much. I just think some of that pressure's off. I feel like last year they had a lot of unnecessary pressure from media, fans, within, everybody from top to bottom. I think this year they're ready to just have some fun. After sitting in some press conferences with, some of the players and with Doc, you can tell it's a totally different vibe on this team. They're ready to get rolling. I think the Sixers win this game by 13 to 15 points, honestly.
Right, time to put some money on very quickly and impulsively then, right before the bell. I mean, let's talk about that starting five then, because obviously a lot has changed in the last few months. Going from top to bottom, the three main pieces that stay the same, obviously Embiid, Simmons, and Tobias Harris, who's almost like the odd man out at this point. But then the two new additions, Danny Green and Seth Curry, just add a totally different element to this team.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not as keen on basketball X's and O's as some of the other guys that write with us. But when I was looking at some videos of Curry and Green, and just aside from that veteran presence that they can bring to the table, they're exciting. I was telling actually the principal at the school I teach at, we were talking, and I was just there's a couple things in all sports that just make things exciting. A good offense in football, we watched the Eagles, even though they lost, that was an exciting game.
Yeah.
In the NBA, or in the NHL, it's goal scoring. In the NBA, it's three-point shooting and an up-tempo. And it's even if the Sixers do lose, I think the games are all going to be so exciting to watch. We're not going to have any of that old-style, bully ball this season. At least not as much of it. I know Doc talked about kind of finding a balance of defense and offense, really revamping the offensive style, running some pick and rolls with Ben and Embiid. So I think it's going to be a fun season.
Yeah, definitely. Timo says, where's Jalen Hurts, streamer? Probably ready to take a dub this weekend. Meanwhile, Dan checks in and says, can't wait to see the better Curry brother light it up. And on that note, I've got to say, I'm a massive Seth Curry stan for no other reason than the fact that NBA 2K14, he guided my franchise mode, my GM mode to glory as a free agent player. I think it was 72 overall, something like that, and just blossomed into this all-elite talent. So for that reason and that reason alone, I'm championing on Seth Curry tonight. But this should be a very fun game. Obviously, the Sixers sporting their new look jerseys, which have drawn some attention this year. They're not the city version just yet, or the new boathouse, whatever they want to be called versions. But I don't mean, obviously, yeah, the thing we've got to watch tonight is, I think, Russell Westbrook and how the Sixers could contain that, because if this was last year's matchup, I feel like it would be a very different task in trying to stop Russell Westbrook, and you'd be looking to Al Horford and Joel Embiid and the big guys to try and close up the interior, whereas now they are a bit smaller, they are a bit lighter. It does put, I think, a little bit more pressure on guys like Joel Embiid to try and stop that interior force.
Yeah, and like, honestly, like, the whole, like, I just think Russ is going to get his way. I mean, the guy's going to get what he wants. Like, I think there's just going to be a mode of containing that, and I think the Sixers have the talent and defensive capabilities to do that just right. One of the main things, actually, that's kind of surprising is when I was researching a little bit earlier, and now we have tip-off, so the game's underway, Sixers season's underway. But one of the things I realized was the center on that team, I think his last name was his first name was Thomas, but his last name is Bryant. He actually held Embiid to 3 for 11 shooting back in August. So there's a little bit of a big matchup right there. See if Embiid can kind of start off the season on the right foot. I know last year was kind of his version of a down year compared to his type of dominance he can have. But Bradley Beal's going to be fun to watch in this game. I don't know. I think the Sixers will definitely contain. I think that's all you can do. But I think they have the offensive capabilities to keep up with that containment too. Oh, Ben taking a little nice jumper from the free throw line. Oh, that's progress.
Okay, right, I think I fixed it. It's been a bit shaky trying to get this on. Jay's in, we love that, man. Jay, you're welcome to join the Skype if you're free, mate. I'm just trying to position this. So there we go. I think I've done it, so we can see the score, the court, and now we've actually got a game where we can just sit back, relax, and hopefully enjoy Sixers basketball, which is an experience I don't think many fans have had in quite some time. PJ's in. It says game time. He's excited. The Washington Wizards currently with a 4-point lead. I've just realised we've got that thing, Ricky, where we might be looking at the game at different times.
Oh, I forgot about that because you have to get it live.
I get my stream directly from Saturn, and I get it like, you know, that this is happening.
Ben with a little nice drive to the hoop. Okay, we got our first point.
Oh, we're not too far away. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh. There we go, nice little rebound as well. And it does. I think the nice thing about the NBA is it doesn't look like there aren't fans there because the cameras are close to the court. Like, you don't really get to lose that. PJ says, will Blake Griffin be here? He's joining the Skype call, I heard. Instead, he's decided to change allegiances.
Oh, I know. Who did they refer to as Blake Griffin? Was it Sean? Is that who they said looked like him?
Oh, yeah, it was Sean. Yeah, I think so.
I think Sean's joining the second half. So
yeah.
Because I thought there was going to be a full house on the stream today. So that's why I was like, oh, I'll just kind of take a roll back. I'll do some tweets or something. And then I noticed he wasn't going to be in the first half, so I hopped on now. I'm kind of glad. So now it's just me and you.
I know. I'll tell you what we're going to do is hybrid it. So we've got like a mix of our betting podcast, spreading the love, and a watch-along. So that'll be a vibe. But yeah, Sean Blake Griffin will be coming on a little bit later. So he's working in the first half at his other job. So he's going to get home and hop straight on here. So that's the hustle from Blake Griffin that we love to see. Meanwhile, Sixers, almost enough open three. They can't be letting that open. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was a bit too easy.
That was a good defense from Ben in the paint, though. It was just left that. No, somebody didn't switch. Somebody didn't get the memo.
Yeah. Now, tempo's definitely picking up a bit now. And again, guys, if you were, if I make a mistake, again, basketball's not my strong suit. Like, Eagles, we're all for it. Like, me and Ricky, we're new to this stuff. So, if you can, help us out, or there's stuff you've seen, you want to give your opinion, do let us know. PJ says Blake Griffin's the GOAT. I'll tell you what, guys, on that note as well, if you haven't already voted, we will be having a special live stream on Boxing Day, which I've just realised you guys don't celebrate again. But December 26th, 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll be having a PSN awards ceremony just to, recognise some of the greatest PSN performances of the year from our writers, our contributors. Blake Griffin, for instance. If you want to vote for your favourite contributors, your favourite podcast stories, that sort of thing, I can grab a link for you. I'll do that just now. And then you can just go do that at your own leisure. So voting closes on Boxing Day. You've got a couple days yet, but every vote counts because they're very close right now in terms of the standings. So I would say if you want to get involved in that, definitely do it because it's gonna be a fun day. It's gonna be a very fun day. I'm just trying to multitask.
PJ, I promise I'll answer your score prediction in a second, but I just want to give an update. The Sixers are finally getting their way down low. It looks like they haven't really tested their limits outside the 3-point line quite yet, but they're definitely winning battles down low. Getting some scoring. I think they started the game 0 for 3, and now they're 5 for 5. So that's promising to see. But as for a score prediction, I was telling Liam before this, or maybe it was actually when the stream first started. I do think the Sixers pull away and start winning this game pretty handily by 10 plus points. So I would go with a one. I'll go with 123 to. I'll go 123 to 114. I know that's 9 points, but I think I'm going 123 to 114.
Is that a wild Zach that's just appeared?
Yeah, that was just. Oh, I missed it. Oh wait, no, I think you're ahead of me.
Well, no, it's in Zach on Skype, not on the.
Oh. You said it's tech.
Yeah.
Oh, hi,
I wish
Zach.
I were there, but I am.
I love how he's just waiting for you.
He said tech.
The way he's waiting for you to come on the screen.
No, I got caught up in traffic, and then I got caught up making meatballs for tomorrow for the holiday. So I'm late, but I'm here.
No worries, man. How are you feeling about the game?
So, all right, I feel good overall. My one thing is I was listening to Nate Duncan had said this not too long ago, talking about preview for the game, and he brought up a really good point. Obviously, the Wizards traded John Wall and a first-round pick for Russell Westbrook. But this season, what they're looking at is essentially they're losing nothing because Wall did not play last year, and they're gaining Russell Westbrook. So it really is. I don't think that they're a threat in the East, a threat to win this game. I think they got a shot. So really, I do think in the end the Sixers get it, but they're going to have to be right on top of their defensive game if they're going to hold off just an offensive barrage from Westbrook, from Beal, Dobbs Bertans. It's going to be a high-scoring game, even though the Sixers love their defense. I think Ricky's pretty close, if not right on the money, with 123, 114.
See, I was saying before, and hopefully you can either say whether I'm being a total idiot or there's some substance here. This is the beauty of me talking basketball. Is that with Westbrook and that added challenge, when you lose Al Horford, not that he provided much anyway, but at least on paper, you could go bigger and try and stop that interior threat. Whereas now the Sixers do have a much smaller lineup, and it is based on shooting and those smaller guys. Is there more of a concern now that Russell Westbrook might, go out and pour 45 points just by, or just, you know what I mean? As opposed to last season where it was under a very different environment.
So, really, first thing, I'm going to ask you to never refer to the Sixers as losing Al Horford again. Second, it is a really good point because you think about it, and ideally, let's say they still don't have Westbrook. Let's go back last year, okay, and talk about defensive matchups. Ideally, you have Ben Simmons on Bradley Beal, okay? Now, this year it's a little bit different, okay? Obviously, they have Beal and Westbrook. That's a whole new dangerous level of threat. Ben Simmons is fully committed to the point guard spot under Doc Rivers. Defensively, and I'm trying to pull the game up right now. Like I said, I'm running a little late. So if this is not true, then it's just not true. But I expected Ben Simmons to be on Russell Westbrook early, and possibly Danny Green more so on Bradley Beal. But that could easily change if, with Joel Embiid, he's not the best switch defender in the pick and roll. So they're going to try and keep him low and keep the paint off limits, okay? So you have options, essentially, between Danny Green and Ben Simmons. You can put Simmons on Westbrook, which is great. Just match freak athleticism with freak athleticism. Or, if you want to keep him on Bradley Beal, because honestly, Beal's a more dangerous offensive shooter just due to the fact that he has a shot, you can keep Simmons on Beal. You can have Green essentially sag off of Beal, okay, work a little help defense, give Westbrook the open three-point shot, and if you can deny him the paint, you're limiting him. If he's taking deep twos or threes, Westbrook is not nearly as much of a threat as he is off the dribble. So there's really different ways that you can do it. I expect, as I'm still trying to get the game up, I expect Simmons to be guarding Westbrook. I'm not particularly worried about losing a defensive mind. I guess like Al Horford, that when he was out of Philadelphia, he was a defensive mind. So I think that honestly, this team as presently constructed, you can make the argument of Josh Richardson, the loss of Josh Richardson being a heavy one. But I do really feel like they're still matching up well defensively against this Wizards team.
Very good.
And kind of to bounce off you there, Zach. I clicked on Twitter and literally everybody is basically reiterating what you said, where pretty much Ben's just daring Russ to shoot. So he's doing a pretty good job. I mean, even just watching the game, I don't know if you have it on yet, but you can tell that they're pretty much just, like I said, daring them to shoot. And then I want to say a good 75% of the offensive possessions I've seen so far have seen either Ben and Joel working a pick and roll. So that's also completely new, as we've been talking about like pretty much the whole off season.
Just want to give a big shout while we're here as well. Alex, our photographer, just tweeted out, missing the fog tonight, but with the hashtag PSN6ers. And that's what we like to see, alright? The hashtag PSN6ers. We're getting that trending one point this year. That's the content we love to see. Just going through a few of you guys in the chat as well. As Sean says, I forgot Raul Neto was on the Wizards. PJ then says, is Daryl Morey the best current Philly GM? I say not yet. Ernst Tanner is still number one. I would agree with that. I think probably he's in that conversation with Chuck Fletcher where you've only had, one off season of work to look at so far. We haven't seen the product of it. But on paper, and as an outlook, definitely in the conversation.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
I'll just read in the chat, mate. Here we go.
Okay. I mean, it's such a tough conversation. The Phillies are obviously completely out of this conversation. I think the Eagles probably should be a little more involved than people would probably give them credit for right now. But yeah, I mean, if you just look at what Morey has done outside of the Sixers, it's kind of like the Dombrowski hiring for the Phillies. It's just you're relying on that history to kind of repeat itself in a positive way. And I think with Morey, you have a better chance of that happening than with Dombrowski, for example. I mean, but Chuck Fletcher, as a Flyers being my main thing, Chuck Fletcher's something special that's going to happen to that Flyers team. I know he isn't necessarily responsible for all the talent developing and drafted, but he's what that team needed. So I think he's still got the slight edge over Morey, but Morey's definitely right there.
Yeah, definitely so. So the score right now is 22-16. So Washington with the lead at the moment. It looked like the Sixers actually did kind of pick up some pace, but it's been a slow start from them offensively. I guess it's just, again, trying to settle down into that matchup and see how things shake out. This Washington team, it is they're very much in the same boat with the Sixers, where we don't really know what to expect from them this year, other than just the Russell Westbrook show. And we've seen so many different iterations of that over the last few years. How this is actually gonna fit in remains to be seen. But Alex is in the chat after promoting PSN Sixers, so we do love to see that becoming number one mascot flying the flag when she can't be in the watch. Is that Neto's hair, by the way? Is that Neto? What's that? Was that Neto? That is a crazy hair. Someone's got a crazy haircut, and I'm here for that.
I completely missed who you were talking about.
It looked like number 15 on the Wizards.
Oh, I think that's Lopez. I can't remember his name. Robin, yeah.
Ah.
Does it look like Sideshow Bob?
He looks like Carlito, yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
All right, I got the game up.
There you go. Question is, how many minutes are you behind my Saturn stream? That's where...
I'm at 4:30.
Okay, so it's 20 odd seconds, which isn't too bad.
This is just missed the free throw. Oh, yeah, okay, yep, that's definitely Robin Lopez.
See, I'm learning. I'm growing as a person. Kemp just comes in and says, yes, you bloody Sixers. Apparently the stream's lagging. Now, I don't know if that's our end or Alex's. It says here, drop frames 0.1%, so it might be an Alex issue, I'm not sure. But we'll wait and see. Robin Lopez has a great rivalry with the Sixers mascot Franklin. Ah.
Yeah, he hates every single mascot in the league.
Is that just like a... Is that...
And him and Benny the Bull. Whatever the hell that thing thing is in Orlando. Just
It's-
that's just his thing. He's not really. He can't really play anymore, so that's just kind of what he does. Is he just messes around with the mascots.
Is that like a childhood trauma thing? Why he hates mascots? Is
He's a fun guy. Him and his brother are just fun, so that's just what they do. That's what he does. You know, Brooke has his own ways of having fun.
That's what she. No, we're being appropriate tonight. We're behaving. There is no need for the above PG content. Okay, so turns out the stream is fine. I actually had a bit of an issue as well, guys. Again, if you haven't voted in the PSN awards, there's a link at the top of the chat. Just so you can vote for your favourite PSNers of the year. There are some community awards in there as well. Stream Boxing Day, which we're going to rename to PSN Day because you don't have Boxing Day, so we can just, Boxing Day it up. I hope to see many of you there. James Harden fined £50,000 for violating NBA's health and safety protocols. Oh dear, that's a minor quibble.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but I didn't know they put down a punishment already. That's a hefty amount.
I mean, for James Harden, it probably isn't. For us, it would be.
Yeah, that's true. But
see, that's what I don't get with the whole what is it? When they fight in any sport, when people fine them, it's like it's a $20,000 fine. It's like to anyone else that's a year's salary. To them, it's about 6 minutes, and it's like I think you could make it substantial. At that point, if you're earning I don't know, you're let's say $50 million or a max deal or whatever it might be, you're not gonna care that much. Alex for the best Twitter follow 2020. She really wants to win that award. Really wants to win that award. I don't think. I'm trying to work out who else is going for it at the minute. It's not me, which I'm actually distraught about. It's the one award I was low-key hoping that my chaotic brand of Twitter would pull through, but no, I'm not even in the conversation at this point, so I understand, it's how it is. Did Harden go to the strip club to force himself out of Houston? I mean, you never know, he's tanking.
Yes. And for wings, but yes.
And for wings.
and for Wayne.
So we've got 3 minutes 34 left in the first quarter. 24-20, Washington lead at the moment. You can't be the best Twitter follower for yourself, says Kemp. Well, no, but I'm not. It's a vote, Kemp.
Listen, you don't know until you try.
Exactly. Ricky for MVP, to be honest. Hey, I would vote everyone for MVP, to be honest. I'm scared to announce MVP because I don't want anyone to feel like they shouldn't win.
Thanks, Alex. I appreciate you.
I'm going to do a big speech where you are all my MVP and then no one wins the award and everyone boos and I just run away.
No, genuinely though, I don't care who wins that. Genuinely everybody deserves that. Especially how hot we've been lately. Oh,
I know. We have genuinely broken the internet for anyone that's not been on the internet. It's because we've broken it. That's probably why you haven't been on the internet. But the game's back underway. 26-20, so the Sixers missed their first possession. Beal puts up on the second. And we'll start seeing, I think Shake's out there. So that'll be fun. I love how Shake Milton has become the PSN darling as well.
You need a injection of offense like Shake.
Oh, that was a great offensive board by Dwight. But somebody just missed a three. My eyes went blurry for a second. I think it was Shake.
See, it was Shake. I'm getting so good with names and numbers now. I'm like Oh, that was an airball. We'd love to see it. That was awful. That's the most Liam shot I've ever seen. That was incredible.
That legit looked like me trying to shoot a basketball. I am the least athletic basketball player. I don't even try anymore. I tried to play pickup with my friends. I don't even try. It's just embarrassment waiting to happen.
See, I think I'm alright. I'm just not very athletic. I'm tall and I can jump. Huh?
Your vertical leap, what happened to that?
Well, the leap is there, Zach. The problem that we've got, and it is a minor quibble, is that I get scared of the rim when I try to dunk. The minorest of quibbles is that when I try to dunk, I get scared that my wrist is going to hurt against the rim.
Close? Is that what it is?
Well, I'm standing at head height with the rim.
Like Zach Finn, that you're so terrified because you're over top of it?
I don't want to slam it down and then, just stamp on the rim. Yeah, just rip it off and just start throwing it. Why doesn't he even have a background? Basically, PJ, what I've done is put my green screen on so you can see the Skype call behind without my massive background in the way. So if I put my arm out, or like there's a wall there, you'll be able to see Zach's lovely Christmas lights, which we've got the same Christmas lights. So I move mine up a bit. There you go, look at that.
And you can't forget the Trust the Process Christmas sweater.
Oh wow, I didn't even notice that.
One of my best purchases ever.
That's amazing. Have you got any Christmas Sixers gear, Zach? I thought that'd be right up your street, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, I got Sixers gear. You know, I'm good there. But Christmas Sixers. Actually, you know, I got a puff hat, but don't know where it is.
PJ says, "Was that?"
I'm a little bit in a disheveled state in my office right now. I just took apart my desk earlier today.
Oh wow. Can you get the drill out every time like Danny Green or Seth Curry drill a three and just go? Reow!
I can do it. I got plenty of battery on this thing here.
That's gonna make my. That's a new thing.
Brought to you by Ryobi.
Every 3-pointer.
Milton just hit a 3.
That's incredible. PJ says, was that the green screen that kept falling down during the draft? Yeah, and it fell down before the stream. About 2 minutes before, Ricky got a bit of a...
Maxie is in the game.
Alright.
In the game. Nice.
Alert, everyone.
Go off limb.
No, that's okay. That's way more important than my falling green screen.
Ugly.
I hope someone takes that out of context and just puts on there's no context tweet video.
Oh, I'm so excited for him.
Oh, here he comes. Oh, right, we might have to simp, boys. We might have to simp on Maine. It's gonna... Oh!
He's so good at that. Like, we saw that in the preseason games, too. It's just like him. I think that's what we anticipated Fultz to be able to do. Oh, a big block by Dwight. Sorry, Zach, I don't mean to spoil it.
No, you're fine. I thought Maxie did something
special.
special, then he stepped out of bounds, and I was a little disappointed, I'm not going to lie.
Furkan, they go down after a big Dwight block, and Furkan drills a 3.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Has anyone ever made... I'm assuming people have made Christmas puns about Furkan and Furky and Turkey and Christmas. Is that a thing? Because if it's not, it should be.
I mean, it's probably the second biggest pun about the name Furkan, but yeah, probably.
I mean, you can give it a go. Up the bloody Sixers, says Jared. We love that. And a lot of hype for Maxi. It feels like so long since we've seen a first-round pick from the Sixers just do something on their debut. Like, I think, other than obviously the obvious ones, it just feels like there's been such a gap, like ever since Simmons and Embiid, and their rookie seasons were obviously shrouded in disconnect and injuries and tears, whereas I'm hoping this might be the one that breaks the cycle. With a bit of luck. Jared says hello, Ricky. So there you go. You've got some love there.
Sorry, I'm trying to find. I'm sitting here trying to research what Ben's stats were guarding Russ last year, and it's not a very user-friendly list. So I have to go through and they. Oh, here it is. Okay. So it looks like he guarded him for 4 minutes last season, and Russ grabbed 8 points in those 4 minutes on 4 for 14 shooting.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, the 8 points in 4 minutes kind of threw me off, but then I realized he took 14 shots in that 4 minutes of him guarding him. So.
Just spamming it, yeah. Febreze says best bench in the NBA. Now, how would you agree with that, Zach? Do you think that's a fair assessment? Because I mean, it's definitely a damn sight better than it was last year.
No. They are an exciting young bench, and they're going to score a lot of points. There are better benches in the league. The Clippers. I think that Dallas has a better bench. Denver, the argument could be made, though they lost some depth when they lost. I mean, Jeremy Grant was their starter, but then you're putting Paul Millsap into the starting lineup. But, I mean, listen, in terms of scoring, I think they're going to be up there. In terms of overall ability, I think that they can creep around the top 10. But the difference is their bench is so much younger than other teams. I mean, the potential is just absolutely huge there. I mean, that's what's really exciting. Not the scoring potential, and just the future overall potential of the Sixers bench, because they are just deep in young wings. Korkmaz, Milton, Bible, Maxey. Then you have Dwight Howard, obviously, who's he's a starting caliber center. Is he a top 10 center? Definitely not, but he could be starting on. He could be the 5th best starter on a playoff team. But the bench is very exciting. But I wouldn't say top 5 or above.
Love that. Love that. I mean, yeah, young, exciting, and can score points. I was sold on that. That sounds like everything I ever tried to do on NBA 2K. Like with my champion, it's not my only ever aim. But I just want to say, right, I've tried to fix the audio, Sean. It's the only thing we're streaming from the MacBook, because it does tend to get a little bit weird with audio. But I have just tweeted the greatest thing in the world, which is last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to Tyrese Maxey. So that is going to be the vibe for the rest of the game. Just hope he doesn't flop now. Don't let it flop, Tyrese. Come on, we've got to make this one stick. But they're doing much better. I mean, this has been a much better stint of play to start end of the first, start of the second.
So I completely have this hashtag wrong. I've been using Sixers PSN.
Oh, Ricky.
Okay, so it's PSN Sixers.
Right, retract MVP votes for Ricky right now. That's disgraceful. Lack of attention. Absolutely poor.
Sixers PSN because I clicked on it and I saw it was used before, so I just went with it. And then I saw like random people that were out there in PSN were using it, which is awesome. So I just went with it. But it's PSN Sixers. God.
Why has Philly's son not seen the sun yet? I want my boy. Who's Philly's son? Philly's son's not seen the sun. You have to tell me what you mean, Jared. I'm lost on that one. It might be because I'm a bit tired today. But Kemp says, yeah, make a nice Christmas chart one day before Christmas. It's not my fault they've scheduled the game the day before Christmas Eve. Otherwise, I would have said it 1st of November. Don't need for that.
Ricky, what hashtag were you using?
Sixers PSN. Not PSN.
Yeah, that's what we used in the Boston game.
Oh, so it is Sixers. Oh, so I'm not that.
So Alex has used the wrong one.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Oh, Nook and Tur. Absolutely fuming. Oh, no, right. And for someone trying to win best Twitter follow, that is, oof, not a good look. Not a good look. She puts what in the chat? Right, so basically we've got to work out what the unified PSN hashtag is, because there's a clear disconnect. Oh, hello. Oh, I thought Corkmas was going to start cooking then, but he left the oven on and did a Liam and it caught fire.
PJ, I will leave that question to Zach because he's a lot more educated on other teams around the league than I am.
I'm pulling up I have the YouTube stream. So my setup, and
my bad.
I'll show off my office here because it's a mess. I have a game, I have you guys, and then there's all this. This is why I was so late. Just trying to get through. So the one thing the TV doesn't have is the chat.
Oh man, I've got 2 monitors, but I'm recording 3 windows, and I've got my cough sweets, and my MacBook. I can hear my MacBook taking off, and I've been joking recently saying to the moon for everything. It sounds like a rocket ship, like something is going to catch fire. Alex says, I'm being supported with a whole setup at work. Be nice, please. I will let you off this one time. No, it's hustle. I rate the hustle, Alex. I'm very much. You can sneak on a Skype call if you can, but you know you can't be distracted too much from work. Jared says, up the bloody Wallets, getting that Slay gig. Yeah, big dub. I know we got a little bit confused with it, but it's still a massive dub getting the Slays on side. PSN has had a hell of a week, just overall. It's been outstanding. All the boys and girls are smashing it across the board.
And Zach, PJ asked, any chance we finish above the Celtics?
Oh yeah, I find it hard to believe that we would finish below the Celtics. To be honest with you.
Was that a 3? I don't know if that was a 3, Ricky. Was that? Oh, I just wanted to get the drill out. Oh, I'm so excited for the drill.
Well, the funny thing is, they're gonna make.
I'm on a delay, so. So anyway, back to PJ's question. I don't see any chance, barring injury on our end, that the Sixers finished below the Celtics. I think the Celtics are going to rest as much as they can during the regular season. Kemba Walker has some real injury issues. We're talking some stuff that it may be the end of full cardiac Kemba. I'm not talking retirement or anything like that, but he's not going to play 80% of the regular season games, especially not this season because he's already going to be out till January. It's a shame because you don't want that to be the reason why. But Kemba Walker's injuries are just too much for him to push through every kind of regular season game. Kind of like how Joel Embiid's going to need to sit out playing. But the Celtics just don't have the depth to fill in those kind of holes. I mean, they signed Jeff Teague, who is fine, but he's been called unplayable in the playoffs. So I don't really see him filling in for Kemba during the regular season, and even thereafter, he's not much of a threat. Other than that, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, it's really as high as they go. If Tatum can take another step and truly get into that top 10 player conversation, if Brown can work his way into that top 20 player conversation, there's a shot. But I don't see a way that they finish above the Sixers.
Now, not to completely take a 180 here, but somebody, I think it was Jared, brought up Matisse, and he actually hasn't touched the court yet. He hasn't been in the rotation at all yet. So it's an interesting little side thing. I know we were talking about that in the chat the other day, but just any thoughts on that? Because I thought that was interesting. I didn't even realize that until he brought him up.
Yeah, I wouldn't put too much into that yet. Doc talked about that. I want to say it was after the Pacers game. Apparently, Matisse has not had much of a training camp of preseason, so he's really just being worked in. I don't think that he's going to play anything close to starters minutes because there is so much depth on this team, especially young depth. It's not as though Matisse is a veteran who has that kind of savvy that gives him an extra leg up. But I think Matisse will find his minutes between that 15 to 20 a game. It's and possibly even more. But it's going to take time to work him up there. I would expect that more so around mid-January that he's going to start seeing around 20 minutes, maybe a little less.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an interesting start so far. Sixers have a 4-point lead with 8.5 minutes to go. Sean said, I think Matisse missed a good chunk of camp with a sprained ankle. Jared said he didn't play great in preseason, but it's preseason. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing to figure out. And I know we had an article recently about how that missed preseason, or I guess the missing form in preseason is going to impact him with a very different looking bench. Like last year, you might still be in contention for a large chunk of minutes. That might change, but it's going to be a dynamic team. I think especially given the unique start to the season as well. It's not like the Sixers are going to have the same schedule they normally would, where they've maybe got lesser opponents to try things out against. It is going to be kind of condensed on that front and matchup based. It might end up being that he either plays a very significant role or a slightly less one, but it's way too early. Like, talk 10, 15 games in, that's when I think that's going to become a real discussion. But as Zach said, I mean, this is like, what, the first quarter of his first game in his first year. Like, it's a bit too soon to be just panicking just yet. But we'll wait and see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and something else that I think is going to be really interesting that hasn't really been that hit on since Doc's been hired is that the only reason I thought of this is because I came across this article I wrote a year ago. I think it was a year ago in November. I wrote about how many blown leads the Sixers had, and like it was absurd. I wish I remembered the numbers, but they were in like I literally went through every single game since Brett Brown was hired and counted, and it was some crazy high number compared to the rest of the league. So I'm interested to see if like we always used to see the Sixers blow leads in the third quarter. If that's something that finally changes this year with Doc.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably been the one complaint that has stood the test of time with Brett Brown from the start of his tenure to the end, which is closing out games was never really a thing. And I'd like to think that now with Doc Rivers in charge and his very renewed team, that you can go into... Hang on! Get the drill! This is my new favourite thing on the planet, without a shadow of a doubt.
I think I actually might have my own drill behind the bar in the commercial. I have to go, whoa, we can double drill. That sounded a lot really weird out of context. But,
Double drill. Oh, it's my microphone. Oh, okay. I'm trying to work out whose microphone too. So if I turn this down and that up, that'll work. All right, we'll go with that. It's on the fly, boys. It's on the fly. Don't get this with ESPN. Personalized audio. All right, it's just so it specifically matches what your ears want to hear. Oh, hello. I'll tell you what, like the Washington ball movement's been so good, but like they can't get inside at all. Yeah, there's nothing cooking inside. Everything's on the perimeter. Oh, thought that was a drill moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, Washington in the post is not going to need. They're not going to be too much of a threat with Ben Simmons on Westbrook. Beal's going to be happy shooting from the outside. Thomas Bryant, I mean, I wouldn't surprise me if he's stuffed by Embiid tonight. Just not, and then the rest of the team really. Thomas Bortons is an outside shooter. Vinny Avdija is kind of a fluid rookie, still trying to figure out his offensive game. Troy Brown Jr. He slashes occasionally, but he's really raw offensively still. I think he's got a lot of long-term potential, but is not anyone who's going to kill the Sixers right now.
It's crazy to me how good Embiid is at drawing fouls.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that little swing move that he has, that scoop, it gets just about everybody. And I'm gonna. It's not breaking news. Thomas Bryant, not a good defender. So he's young, he's not good. So he's gonna get in a lot of foul trouble. Robin Lopez is obviously not athletically able to keep up with Embiid. So it's gonna be pretty easy for Embiid to draw fouls on him as well. There's really no one on this Wizards team that has that combination of crafty veteran like Lopez is and athleticism like Bryant. So usually it's those kind of players. David's gonna kill me, but I'm gonna compliment Rudy Gobert. But a Gobert is someone who's athletic-ish and a little bit of a crafty veteran who can avoid those fouls against drawn from Embiid.
Yeah, the lead of the Sixers is rising as well. It's now 44-37. Love how wholesome the chat is, complimenting my tech work. This is the first stream I think I'll fix Yulia. Normally it takes me right to the very end of it and I figure out what's happened. But now we've got a whole 3 quarters, well, 2.5, to ride with this. So we love to see it. Hot take on the song question. They're an audio listed than PJ. What's PJ's song question? Let me check on this. Best Philly team song between Here They Come, Dupe, and... Right. Hot take.
It's fly.
I don't think Fly Eagles Fly is, lyrically. The Sixers, for me, is such a vibe.
What gets you going, or if you're talking about what pumps blood.
I feel like 10, 9, 8, 76ers is amazing. It's such a...
It's beautifully wholesome, and I think that's my favorite walking out of the stadium. But, I mean, it's so hard not to get... You hear Fly Eagles Fly, and you just start joining right in.
I get the Eagles one, but I feel like hit them low, hit them high. If you hit them high, it's horse collar, so don't hit them high. That's bad. I don't know.
Whenever that Bengals defender hit Juju Smith-Schuster high, and everybody was praising him.
I will say, I'm not sure if this Dupe song is different than the one I know, but when the Flyers used to have Dupe as their goal horn, that was easily the greatest thing ever. I don't know if you've ever heard that after they would score and they played Dupe and had the whole thing. I'm pretty sure it's the same one that the Union used. I'm not 100% sure, but that was the most lit thing possible.
So I feel like if the Fly Eagles Fly chant was like a stop, I just keep comparing with it to stop. It'd be like it starts off alright and then it gets a bit, and then you have EH and it just spikes up at the end and everyone does it and it gets amazing. But there's a bit in the middle where I'm just like, and you're waiting. Whereas the Sixers song kicks in, you're in the and you're like, right, we're pumping, we're going. Dupe's incredible. It's been used by 2 teams. Big vibe. I would say the Sixers. I mean, I'm not disrespecting the Eagles song. I still like it, but of all the ones, I think it's the weakest. The Phillies don't have one, do they? It's just go the Phillies.
High Hopes.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, High Hopes not really like a lit song. It's like
Yeah, it's not.
I love High Hopes, but it's not a song I'm going to like after a game. I mean, it's classic too after a game, but if I'm excited, I'm not listening to High Hopes on my own.
No, that's like when you're walking out after a few beers in the ballpark. It's not real.
Briere wanted us to use the Union's goal. I mean, the Union's goal song is such a vibe. Like, I do rate it. It's good. But yeah, I'm going to make a new Eagles. I say we use the Clayton Thorson song, to be honest.
Not this.
The entire Eagles goal song, echoing around the stadium. Go to the Phillies in a British singy-songy voice. Go to the Phillies. Up the bloody Phillies.
Oh, okay. I lied. I do know the Duke song, and I got to put that one first, I think. That's right up there with. That's right up there with.
Can you imagine how divisive an article would be ranking the songs? I think we would incite riots.
If we got like people involved, we'll put that on PSS Twitter.
Oh,
and then,
oh, get the drill! This is my new favourite edition. But it just spoils it for Zach. I feel so bad. Oh, yeah, they're running away with it now.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, there's something, like, I knew the Sixers were probably going to pull away at some point in this game, but it's so, like, much fun to watch. Like, the court seems so much bigger this year, like, compared to what I watched last year. And that could just be in my head, and I could just be thinking that. But, like, just from watching, it seems like they're, like, spaced and, like, communicating. And maybe I just pay attention more this year. I don't know.
I think spacing's been the big focus, isn't it? I mean, that's been of reading all the content that you boys have produced. The word spacing's probably been the one that has filled my head the most, or given my head the most space to breathe, if you pardon the pun. But just on that, right? Okay, so PJ says, "Should No One Likes Us be used more by the Philly sports teams?" No, because it's a Millwall song. I hate Millwall because they're Charlton's biggest rival. So no, I like the song, but behave with it, all right? Enough. It's the boys are doing loads of slam dunks. Love this from Kemp. God's sake. Oh, do you know what? I'll be a bit gutted if Kemp doesn't win like PSN 6th Man of the Year because his contributions are just at a next level. Absolutely brilliant. Alright, so it looks like the starting five's back in somewhat. So Simmons and Embiid are back out as normal. Oh, Joel's such a monster. But I think he got... Oh, he did a foul. Can't be... He's not an happy bunny.
I think he thought that was in the act of shooting. I don't think they're giving it to him. I think they're saying it's on the floor. Could be completely wrong. No, yeah. That's what he's complaining about.
Up the mighty Oldham. Hey, I like Oldham. Oldham are alright. Nothing wrong with Oldham. I legit fell on the seats and cried when the final whistle blew. Mate, I bet. I mean, Union did bits this year. Like, there must be... I think every fan can hold their head high after that season. It was Sean's first season ticket. I remember him saying that, yeah, it was his first year as a season ticket holder. I think, do you know what, there's a take. I think the nicest stadium in Philly sports is the Subaru, the Sub. I think for sure it's beautiful. Like the location by the river, you got the bridge in the background. It's so picturesque.
Yeah, I will say that I love, like, maybe I'm just a nerd, but I love like graffiti art and everything, like everything around the state. Like it's so like fan friendly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know a way to describe it, but like you felt welcome.
Yeah.
Everyone was so nice. The staff, like, it wasn't. I'm not gonna sit here and like bash Wells Fargo or the Link, but like. Subaru was like, I felt like I was welcomed there, and it was the first time I was ever there.
So I'm catching up with you guys. I just saw the replay of the Joel Embiid foul that was not called in motion. Are you freaking kidding me?
No, yeah, I think that's why I was so mad.
I was gonna say he wasn't a happy bunny.
Embiid looking nice. 11 points, 8 rebounds.
I'll tell you what. Tobias Harris is looking alright as well.
Oh, Liam, to answer your question, I took Embiid over 24.5 points.
Oh, did you?
Remember. That was, alright, so I knew I bet something other than the spread. Because I took Villanova's spread with this spread, and then I bet something else, I couldn't remember. That's what it was.
Spread at?
7.
Oh, yeah, take that
I was 7.5, but I think it shouldn't matter anyway. I'd like to think.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter.
But mine was only a little baby bet, so I could watch the game at light speed. The game's already finished for me. I'm just pretending that I'm behind so I can, like...
That was a shame. That was a short. Was it a short?
Oh, that was such a nice pass from Westbrook there. And minor quibble, the Wizards are on a 10-1 run, which is not good, apparently, I would say. Get the HMS pissed the playoffs is a go. Yeah, let's just get the lead back up first, and then the HMS pissed the playoffs can set sail. HMS pissed the East. Off we go. There we go. That's better. Get of that. Oh, not again. Someone call him down now. Who is that? Someone tell him to behave himself. He needs to stop it. Yeah, it's now a 3-point lead. Oh, that was nice. Go on, hit that. Oh.
I'm so freaking far behind.
Not again. Oh my God! Get him off the court.
Bertans is having his way right now.
Stop.
I think that's close. Yeah, that's it.
Which is a shame, because, listen, Bertans can't hurt you from anywhere but the 3-point line. So there really should just be someone stuck on him like glue. And it should be Tobias Harris. Obviously, if he's not in, then you're going to need... Who's on now? Is it all starterism? Yeah, Toby.
Yeah.
Someone laid off screens. Shocker.
It's just...
Good pass? No.
I mean, Danny Green jumped one on that final attempt, but he's just red hot. That's a nice move. I mean, that one. Oh, what's going on there? Where? Also, why has Tobias got sideburns with that haircut? Please?
I don't know. I'm just thinking that. I really was. I was wondering what's going on with the... I mean, maybe the hairband, the headband that he had just kind of like eroded the hair follicles he had.
That's so strange. I don't know why. I mean, my haircut is usually the talk of all memes and jokes, but that is bizarre.
Why are you leaving Bertans open?
Yeah, tie game. This is...
Oh, is that another charge? Yeah, okay. So Harris has been called for 2 charges in the past 2 minutes.
Because he's engaged and doesn't give an F.
He's getting a little frustrated because he's playing like ass defensively. And so he's trying to force
Oh, God. Oh, no.
If he keeps it up, he won't be able to be traded for James Harden.
Maybe that's his plan. Oh,
He wants to stay, so he's going to play bad.
yeah. He's just given up on everything like that. That explains the aesthetic, to be fair. Where? Oh, jeez.
He just knocked me over in the middle. Oh, what do they call him? I don't know who 21 is.
Embiid.
42.
He knows who Embiid is.
Yeah, I'm talking about on the Wizards. I'm trying to figure out who. He just looks funny. 21 on the Wizards. Yeah, it's 21. I know 43 is Bertans. I don't know who 21 is, but it's
21
him line up.
I would just like to say that Kemp's got a point there. Ever since Kemp said HMS pissed the playoffs, the Sixers have given up about 17 points and scored about 2. Oh my, oh dear, is that a foul? That best be a foul, Wef. It is. That'll do. Oh, that's a vibe. Cheers. Cheers, Kemp. We're all crying. That's your fault.
in right now, at least on my screen, because I'm at 1 minute. Obviously, they have Westbrook and Beal, and then the other 3 players they have are shooters, because they know that the Sixers cannot defend 3 right now. Because it's Davis Bertans, 21 that you were talking about, Ricky. That's Mo Wagner. He's a center. He's one of those like really solid per 36 players. Analytics level, Embiid should be crushing him. And if they slow the game down and worked in the post, then he would be. And then Denny Avdija, obviously, trying to get the Rooks some extra time, space the floor a little more, but it's working pretty well. And right now, Scott Brooks is, I won't say he's out coaching Doc Rivers because it's the players who are playing, but yeah, it's a good run by Washington to seal the end of the first half.
Yeah, I think the Wizards just got called for charging there. Bradley Beal decided to try and spear Embiid, and that didn't go down too well. So, maybe, oh, go on, just do something. Might as well. Where? Oh.
Ricky, what's your stream?
I have it live on TV. I got 36 seconds.
Oh, I got this. I think me and Ricky are a lot closer.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that charger. Just saw that. I want to try something.
VPN, British bookmaker, watch it on there. See, that's not even a bad shout. Are you watching it very legally? Is it it's 100% allegedly legal, right?
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely legal.
Okay. Yeah, I would say if you've got a VPN.
I don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Okay, I would say yeah. If you could get a VPN, then go on Skybet and just watch it on there. But I don't know if that'd work.
I'll delay for today, and maybe I'll figure that out later.
Oh, Kevin says, does anybody need a legal link? We're all about abiding the law in this stream. We stand the law, and we know every page of it. And anybody that breaks it is a bloody criminal that should be punished.
Absolutely.
Oh, hello. Hello. Oh. Ah.
I love Liam's keyboard noise. It's just fired away.
I watched that blink too. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could hear that.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It just sounds like hurried.
I don't mean to raise alarm bells. They have just scored a point. So they might even score a second one in a minute. Oh, they have. That's 2. Basically, Eastern Conference Finals confirmed now. Oh, I was gonna say good D, but
Danny Green is, but like he's been pretty solid this whole first half.
Yeah, he's looked good. He's looked good off of on move, especially help defense.
I think they just called that as a foul, but I can't fall into that because I don't know. He's looked good all half.
yeah. So far it's a tie game for anyone that isn't watching on a stream legally. There's 2 seconds to go, and we'll see if anything comes of it. But it's likely going to go into the half 58-58. How overrated are the Nets? Is a question comes from PJ. I'm is a very big Nets admirer. I'm going to say very, but I'll leave it to Zach to give the real answer.
They are not overrated.
No, that's what I was thinking.
No, the Bucks should be terrified. They are not overrated. I mean, I watched last night's game and listen. All right, they're playing the Warriors, who are limping just out of the gate. but at the same time, I mean, you're looking at a healthy Durant, you're looking at a healthy Kyrie Irving. I mean, we talked about depth before. The Nets are another one of the deepest teams because you're talking about a team that has Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris, DeAndre Jordan, and pick your poison between Spencer Dinwiddie or Karis LeVert in the starting lineup. That's your starting five. Then you're talking about the other Dinwiddie or LeVert on the bench, Jared Allen, Jeff Green, Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot, who actually turned into a decent role player, Bruce Brown, who was an absolute steal for them, Landry Shamet, Sixers fan favorite once upon a time, Landry Shamet, also on the Brooklyn Nets.
I did not know.
I'm them. I'm not even trading for James Harden. I'm Stan Pat. I'm going to try and add somebody by trading Taurean Prince. He has a salary right around $13.5 million. Pair him with a first-round pick, maybe a younger player like Brown. You're able to get something back, and from there, you're just an absolute monster. And also play the buyout market, though that's going to be a little changed with the play-in tournament this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Liam, any chance you could change the court scoreboard to this one? I will in a minute. I mean, this one, it's more detailed. Right. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm just doing some Twitter admin for the old work, and I'll take a look at it, mate. But we don't want to promote another bigger outlet. That's not what we do around here. We're taking over the world. We can't be helping other people do that. Got to be shouting at them, telling them, stop giving us information. Right, where... Hang on, what am I doing? Well, no, I need to find a nice big GIF. But yeah, halftime thoughts. Ricky, I'll come to you first. What do you think of the first half so far? Good, bad, or ugly?
I mean, I'm going to premise what I'm going to say by saying it's going as... I don't know if I expected anything differently. It seems like they're fine. I'm not, like, hitting any panic buttons or anything. But I definitely think they're going to come out in the second half a lot faster. I still think they can pull this game away pretty easily and win by around the 10 mark. But, I mean, 2 games of preseason, limited camp, there's still a whole new, like, what, three, I think off the top of my head, new pieces to the puzzle. They're going to take a couple games to really get in the gist, but I think that first half was good. I don't think I had many complaints. I'll rely on Zach for giving more of, like, the detailed breakdown, but from a fan's eye and a completely biased eye, to be honest, I don't think anything bad so far. And I'm not slamming the fire Brett Brown like I've seen on Twitter, which hasn't been, but not hitting that button any time yet.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that's the word I would use. Fine.
I do think that they're going to come out in the third as they have before, and I mean, I think that they're going to win the third quarter by 5+. So it's going to be a good quarter for them. The big thing that's really just concerning for me is that they're not defending the three-point shot, and that's kind of the only thing you have to worry about with this Wizards team. You know, let Westbrook take his wherever, you know, mid-range shots, whatever. Let Beal try and beat you, you know, in the mid-range game too. But don't let Bertans get you from 3. Don't let Wagner start going off from 3. You know, even do your best to contain Beal from 3. It's a simple. They can't score on you in the paint. You have Embiid down there. Just make sure that you're making the right decisions off screens. Go over, don't go under, because if you're going under, you're just giving them an open shot. It's that kind of adjustment that I'm sure Doc Rivers has already been screaming to his team. It's just a matter of them actually applying it.
Yeah, absolutely. So just going through some of the chat, I think Chris just says our second unit is a lot smoother than the first. Shake and Maxi backcourt looked amazing. Yeah, I mean, Maxi's impact within, 30 seconds of coming on the court, he's not at Harvard, was really impressive. Like, it was exciting just to see that burst of energy to drive through without any jitters, without any kind of hesitation, like he wanted to go in and play his game. The downside is that towards the end, I think Washington figured out that there is just a lot of space outside, and that became apparent very, very, very early on. Like I said to Ricky, that was like a wide open shot within the first 5 minutes that almost shouldn't have been taken. And then I think they just slowly twigged, hang on a minute, no one's going to come out, because they're almost like so intent on defending Westbrook or trying to stop those points in the paint. Minor quibble is obviously you've got Burton's now making it rain like he's actually Steph Curry, which isn't a vibe, so that needs to stop. But yeah, so far, I mean, there's room for improvement. There's room for improvement. Fish across the pond says he agrees with me that the Sixers will pull away late and that we need to trust the process. But I'm going to give that one to Ricky. I think Ricky said that before me, and I just moderately agreed. So we'll go with that. Guys, while we've got some time, he says, with his latter rain watch, which you can get 10% off with the code PSN. Is PSN 10? No, PSN 10 at discount at latterainwatches.com. Again, we'll be streaming live on Boxing Day, which will now be known as PSN Day. December 26th, 8 p.m. Eastern. There's a link at the top of the chat if you want to vote in our yearly awards. It's the first thing we're doing just to celebrate everyone at PSN, where we want to, kind of end the year on a high, look back at what everyone's accomplished and get you guys involved. There's a link up there to vote for your favourite contributors, podcasts, like highlights, moments, all the rest of it. We'd love for you to be a part of it and to see you there on December 26th. PJ got a Twitter shout. I love that. I reckon we could shore up that defense, is what Ollie Kemp says. I'd be hard-pressed to disagree. And Chris says, do we think Benjamin will attempt another jump shot in the second half? Maybe? I think Zach's not as optimistic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I don't mean to cut you off, Zach, but pretty sure that's not something we're going to even, see unless they're, up in a game big. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. That's completely
early against the Knicks or other trash team like Pistons.
Yeah. Wait, that was a funny little dig.
I love that the legacy lives on. Eric says vote for yourself in every possible chance you've got. I mean, absolutely, to be fair. We need more self-voters. We've got to hype yourselves up, boys, and the community members out there. But on that note, I'm going to quickly run for a halftime wee, because I had too much apple juice and coffee, I think. So, are you guys okay to hold the fort while I quickly dash?
Yeah, of course.
Amazing. All right, see you in a sec. I'm going to try.
After that apple juice and coffee comment.
Well, that's it. I mean, I'm going to put it on a t-shirt now. Apple juice and coffee. Oh, it's gone! No! We've got it. We've saved it. Everything's fine. Green screen, minor quibble.
I'm going to guess it was the green screen.
Never. Huh? What? It would never break. It's all...
I saw Zach go down with you in the screen.
No.
Let me ask you something. Can you see Liam?
No. Oh, I've broken it again.
I just saw you slowly go down behind Liam, though. That's so funny.
Not for the first, man.
Why am I Liam's green screen?
Because it's a way where I can get you both on screen then, without a big background blocking you or me being behind it. But if I push it, you kind of disappear. That's amazing. Oh. Alright, that's my new favourite thing. I might just do that. Whenever you if you start going on a big rant, I'll just turn the audio down and just push you really slowly on the stream. Alright, I'm going to Twitter. Kemp says like the stream. Yes, we're almost on... That's right, I'm going to go for a wee. By the time I'm back, 15 likes. We're on 12 at the minute, boys. Hit the blue thumb. I'll leave you with Zach and Ricky, providing the green screen doesn't fall over and take Zach with him.
Alright, two things as Liam's running. At first, Eric, thank you for using the correct hashtag and making me feel better about myself. And second, just a quick glance at the box score. We have Embiid with 14, Simmons with 5, Harris 6, Curry 7. Shake dropped a pretty quiet 10. I didn't realize he had 10 points. And Maxey has 6 in 7 minutes with 3 rebounds, 2 assists. That's nice to see. Embiid almost has a double-double at half. He has 9 rebounds. Didn't realize that at first. But yeah, I mean, I don't think they're playing bad. I just don't think they're playing as good as they could be.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is that they're not defending the three-point shot, and that's what let the Wizards get back into the game at all. They were dominating until they let the Wizards go on that run because they were not defending the three. I mean, Davis Bertans is at, let's see here.
He's got 9
points all off a three. Bradley Beal's starting to go off on him. Russell Westbrook almost has a triple-double. He's at 9-9 and 7 rebounds.
Like that. Oh my lord. Yeah, I was saying to Liam, like, he's gonna get his way. I think this was before you popped on. Like, he's gonna get his way, so like we can't sit there and act like he's not. But
Yeah,
we just got to make sure it's not a 40-point getting his way.
yeah, exactly. Give him a 20-point, get in his way.
Yeah.
Just not any worse than that. Yeah, I mean, Embiid's doing well, which again, no shocker because Thomas Bryant, Robin Lopez, not really concerned, for him that he's definitely going to go through them like crap through a goose for a Godzilla reference. But it's nice seeing Shake Milton score so well. He's just electric. He's on his way. He's halfway to the 20 points that I asked him earlier today. And it's nice to have Seth Curry going to Danny Green too. It is what it is. He'll hit a couple threes, I'm sure, in the second half if he gets hot. He's not a volume guy. That's it.
Yeah, I don't think you really expected to be.
No, he's not. He never in his career has he been. I mean, at most you're hoping to get, I would say, probably 2 made threes, a third basket, and a couple free throws, maybe. But right around 8 points or so, that's I think what you can expect out of him realistically, especially since he's probably not going to be playing 30-plus minutes all the time, just because of the depth this team has.
Yeah, and I will say I pulled up the box score, and I know plus minus isn't the tell-all stat, but it is surprising. It is surprising to see Danny Green at a minus 18. Milton's plus 17, which is kind of obvious. He had 10 points and pretty much lit up that second unit. But yeah, Green.
And really, what that comes down to is having Davis Bertans against the Sixers starters, because there was the starters who weren't defending the three. I mean, Tobias Harris struggled mightily against Davis Bertans in the screen game. That was a major issue that led to that huge run. So that had everybody just about suffer as far as their plus minus goes. Talking about Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons. I'm sure Seth Curry's not looking great with the plus minus. But it really can be chalked up to just bad defense on the perimeter, which is what led to that run. Because if you have a run like that, especially if it's against one solid unit, plus minus, just shot, just like that.
Derek's in! Derek's in the chat! Oh, he says, why haven't the Sixers traded for Harden yet? Because he's busy trying to tank his way to the Sixers, is what's happening.
I heard PSV's making a trade. He tried to recruit me.
Did he?
Yeah, a little tampering.
Oh, there best not be, because I will fly out there and switch in music. Where's Blake? Blake Griffin is on the way. He's just got off work. He's let us all know. We've got some inside source information that Blake Griffin is flying out right now to Philadelphia, so he's on the way. Unlike James Harden, who apparently is at the strip club for chicken wings, but that's a different conversation. I've just seen how long it's been since the Sixers won a championship. Don't do that, Kemp. Don't do that. Don't bring back the memories and the PTSD and the...
Oh, we won in 01. I don't know what you're talking about.
I would have been 6 years old. I'd have been buzzing. Seat 676. We're next going to win when I'm 26, which is 2021. No, it's a conspiracy. The Sixers are winning it all, confirmed. That's how this works.
Yeah, well, didn't we think that 2020 was going to be this magical year in Philadelphia between the Flyers, the Sixers, the Eagles, the Phillies, and the Union?
It got kind of close for a minute.
For some of the teams.
And then... it's okay. Everything's fine, probably.
Is it?
No.
I mean, it's the future, assuming firings happen, the future looks okay.
No coincidence titles don't count, mate. Liam is old. I'm not old. I am really old. I know. I'm not that. I do feel old. I get really worried because, facially, I haven't aged in about 10 years. And, I just don't want to be 45 looking like this because it's so weird. It's like I've become a human catfish. I don't want that.
To answer Derek's question, Iverson's playing at Parks Casino right now, Derek.
Is he a big casino guy?
Yeah, he's big into throwing money out there, yes.
Oh, we love that. We'd have so much to talk about. So much in common.
No.
I'll reach out to him tomorrow. I'll just hit him up on Facebook and I'll be like, Alan, buddy, pal. Do you want to blow some money over a Zoom call together? He'll be like,
Alan. Just send him the little gopher, the Alan.
but Ali Wally, my mate.
Yeah.
When can I apply and give you insight on the Sixers? See, I don't know. If you're trying to poach Ricky, you might come on and just leave with Ricky.
When did we start talking to people from other sites?
Well, this is it. You know, he's just kidding. I don't know shit about the Sixers. I mean, look, I don't know much more, so it's fine. How's everything with PSB going though, man? Is it all going well? I hope. I mean, I saw your first debut up with Jake Voracek, and I've been keeping an eye on your articles, and John's done a great job with the prospect coverage for the WJ6. I said it's the 3 letters right. It's amazing. But the second half is underway, and the Sixers are still 3 points back. Okay, that's gone well. Come on, boys. Up the bloody Sixers. That's what we say in this house. Oh. Do you know what? I don't want to jinx it. And I know I'm going to jinx it by saying this. But, you know, they haven't turned the ball over that much, have they? Which was like a big problem from before.
That's a good point.
Yes, I made a good point.
Well, I mean, that's coming from somebody else who doesn't know basketball.
Oh, right. So
Oh, they had 10. Oh, that's a little long.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what I need to improve then. Stop doing that. It's a disaster. Let me come back. I mean, we miss you too, Derek. We miss you too. Come home. This has been playing in the background of me working. Alex is fully standing this stream. We love to see it. He might have made a good... I might have made a good point. I didn't, because apparently they did turn the ball over anyway. But the thought was there. I gave it a go. You know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
Oh, Ben with a great steal in mid-court.
See? Reverse turnovers. Gains. So what are they called? Steals. John tells me every day how worthless I am twice every day. My self-esteem is shit. I need sloppy speeches and morale to keep me up. Well, you know where you are if you need it, mate. You know where you are if you need it. I mean, you might even win a PSN award or two, so you've got to keep posted for that. Oh, how did that not go in?
Oh, Tobias, come on. Dude.
That's got to go in.
Oh, Danny Green with a steal now. Okay, this is where we make our little run.
Oh,
Right,
what? Oh, hit that! Oh.
Oh, Danny Green's cold right now.
It is
That's
freezing.
not a
Hey Siri, what's the temperature in Philadelphia? Apparently it's... Oh, I'll try it again, but hang on. Hey Siri, what's the temperature in Philadelphia?
In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the United States, it's 39 degrees.
Why is it so cold then? Right, there we go. It wasn't even worth it for the joke. I ruined it the first time. Love you guys who wanted to hop in. Oh, love you, mate. It's mutual. I'm glad everything's going well. And I hope you have an amazing Christmas and Sully has a brilliant first experience of Santa. And we'll catch up soon, man, for sure. Are we active on Insta? We're trying to rebrand the PSN Insta going into the new year. Like, everything has blown up over the past 2 weeks. I don't know what's happened. PSN's gone to the moon. So basically, we're going to rebrand our Insta. Alex and me are going to try and tag team it. And she's got a What Alex Wears clothing line coming out. She's got a little catwalk set up. She's buzzing for it. And we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But if you're out personal Instas, I mean, you can have mine. I just post whatever songs I'm listening to and stock-related memes now. It's kind of what my content's become at this point. But we do love to stand and stop there from Derek. We absolutely love to see that. What we don't like to see is the fact that the Sixers are now down by 5. Is it 5? 9, 61, 2. It is 5, and I can count. So that's a positive.
They just can't score like right now. Like if they should be easily have a lead again in this game for how like the Wizards are playing right and as the start of the half as well. But I don't know. I'm still pretty confident in that Sixers -7 bet. Yeah,
well, I hope so. I've only got £5 on it, so I've not gone in. Luckily, I've not gone full gambling degenerate for tonight, which makes a change. Normally, I'm all in on this, but I just wanted to watch the game. Oh, my copyright. No, it's fine. Can't show that on screen. Are you twitching after this? I'll be twitching if they bloody lose. That's for damn sure. I'll be twitching with anger and incandescent rage. I don't know because so what I've started doing at Christmas Eve is I dress up as Santa. Okay. Pretext, I go around town and buy a load of terrible gifts for everyone in my family. Like, we're talking Poundland, like, all the terrible shops where you can get, like, Power Ranger figures for my mum and stuff. And just, like, really awful gifts. Put them in a big sack and then dress as Santa and go home with them from my office. And then I'll just, like, give them out. And then the big presents come the next day. And they're like, oh, big proper presents. So, I want to be awake for that. That's the thing. And me waking up at 5 p.m. doesn't help anyone because, you know, the shops are shut. So I might not. I might go home and just try and get some sleep. And then if I can stream Christmas Eve, I will. But I would have streamed tonight. It's been so busy. Like, for context, right, we've had, like, more views in a day than we have in, like, half a week, usually. Like, it's been mental. Like, I don't know what's happened. It has all gone a bit crazy. So, yeah, I'm 100% that person. Like, now it's fun. Like, you just get. I bought Phil and Joe a gumball machine last year. They loved it. Finn got a remote control car. My mum got a llama on a plate, not like a real one. It was like a fake llama. It was a good vibe. But yeah, what are your Christmas Eve plans, Ricky? While this is going on, anything interesting?
Not really. I mean, like, ever since my dad passed, like, we haven't really done much. We used to have the Italian seven fishes and all that stuff. But now we just go to this place. If anybody's in South Jersey familiar with Adelphia's, we go to Adelphia's on Christmas Eve.
Nice.
And I mean, Zach, you're back. Hey. Hey. But other than that, like, this year Christmas is gonna be a little smaller, just because no need to risk it with, like, older grandparents and aunts. So probably just hanging out, just enjoying. I mean, I'm just excited to have a little relaxation because once January 4th comes, I have to go full throttle with school again. Oh, Alex, I'm going to Adelphia's. I just saw her chat come up.
Why is it called Adelphia's? I'm assuming that is a pun on Philadelphia, right? Yeah. Okay. Is the guy that owns it called Phil? Or is he not called Phil? Is he called Phil? No? No. Okay. Never mind. Look, we gave it a go.
Don't know why Philadelphia is called Philadelphia, but I do know that when William Penn came over here, this is a history nerd moment. William Penn came over here and named it Philadelphia. It literally derives from Greek to brotherly love, so that's why it's the city of brotherly love.
Oh!
City, Philadelphia, that is not originally from the U.S. So there is, and there's also a Delphi, but was it Greece itself, or was it? If it was not Greece, it was a surrounding territory, but or at least it was owned. It was part of the Grecian Empire, which actually was probably under the Roman. It was under the Roman Empire in the beginning of this millennium, and so Philadelphia was a city in its own. And so that's the name that's brought over. So then it was City of Brotherly Love was the meaning, obviously, and so yes, that's the carried over reference.
Oh, what is? Oh, bloody hell!
All right now.
Oh, it's so. Oh, that was a good rebound from Ben though. But I appreciate the history lesson. I mean, from mine, my town just abbreviates to Little White Town in French for some reason. So that's good. Someone sent Sean the stream. Oh, he's in Skype. It's on Skype. He should be able to join. He should already be able to join. I'll try and do it again. Who do we get the drill for? Oh yeah, Zach, we need the drill. That was brilliant. It's what? Just fired it up. That is amazing. I couldn't tell you who scored it, to be honest with you. I think it happened a couple of possessions ago that we were slacking. Oh, it was for the Wizards, that's why.
Alright, and I just lost my bet.
Oh, what? I swear everything we do stream-wise is so chaotic. Wow, the Wizards have started on a 9-0 run. This is becoming a relatively major quibble very, very fast.
Alright, I'm still confident in -7. Lock it up.
I like betting play -3.5.
Let's see how Villanova.
I might buy the dip, you know.
Oh, Villanova's crushing Marquette. That was the easiest bet of my life.
Oh my days, this is absolute chaos.
Yeah, so not looking great.
Oh, you can share. Oh, you can share the Skype link. So I'm gonna send this on.
I can't join the call and provide the analysis everyone craves. That's from Kemp. So as much as Kemp wants to be with us. Oh, is there a link to it? I didn't know you could do that. Mad. Oh, it's drums! Why are they drumming? There's no fans! Why are they drumming?
Oh, you get like you stay on. You don't get commercials. You stay on the court the whole time. So I remember during one of the flyers when you had Picklet just looking at his shoulder or something.
I gotta say, boys, he's been heavily requested. He's been heavily requested all night. People have wondered since the start of this stream, where is Blake Griffin? We can fully announce he's here. He's with us. Sean, Bernard, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to roll. I've been kind of in and out of watching the game so far, so I'm ready to lock in on it.
All right, what have your takeaways been from what you've seen at the minute?
I saw the whole first quarter and second quarter. I missed pretty much most of it. Early on, I was pretty impressed with Ben. He's looked aggressive. It sounds like the offense has been gone a little bit stale, so I don't know on that end. But yeah, my early takeaways was I was excited from what I saw with Ben, and Maxey and Shake are awesome.
Yeah, Maxey done. I know that first possession or two, you looked like absolute fire. I really want to see more from him in the second half. Alex has just clocked that you do look like Blake Griffin, so her mind is now blown by the looks of it, which is outstanding stuff.
Worst comparison. I'll take it.
Mate, it's an amazing comparison. I mean, it beats Sid the Sloth, which is what I had for 17 years. Kevin said that's world class. That was world class drumming. That will pump them up. But yeah, Sixers by 18 because they started drumming. I tweeted, why are they drumming? What's the point? And someone replied to me saying to keep the great Tobias Harris entertained. And
Eric that's funny.
Oh, right. Okay, if they score points now, this is solely... The Sixers are going to win because of the drumming. Outstanding stuff. Right. Things we love to see, the drumming.
How does Curry look tonight overall?
Quiet, I think. He had a couple of shots from the free throw line, but we haven't really seen too much from him.
Gotcha.
I don't think.
Got 7 on the night, but it's... I don't know. I mean, the thing is, they talk so much about filling in the J.J. Redick role, and Curry is a better shooter than J.J. Redick. There, I don't think has ever been, maybe will ever be, anyone who comes off a screen like J.J. Redick.
Yeah.
That's the difficulty.
What was that possession? Gee, this is getting stressful.
Yeah.
I thought this was supposed to be better this year. I'm blaming you. All told me in your articles that the Sixers was going to be amazing this year, and now they're not, and I'm fuming.
Oh, no. In my pregame, I did say that there were question marks about the fit and how much of an upgrade it really was.
Uh-oh.
What
Yeah.
area are you talking about?
Talking about Curry and Green. Because obviously on the surface and when they're at their peak, it's a huge upgrade. But the issue is that if they continue to shoot like they did in the preseason, how much are they really helping? Mm-hmm. Which I think Green, because Green is so much more defensive-minded than Curry, Green's been solid. And Curry's been okay, but there's...
They scored a point! Go on, the boys! The comeback is on!
Green has been just pure ice Like, I've
Yeah.
seen him take 3 threes at least in the second half, and he hasn't made a single one.
Yeah.
He also, defensively, his feet, he makes up with it with his active hands, but his feet are really slow.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's old and unathletic, so it's not not surprising.
Yeah.
But just instinctually, he's a better defender than some of the players on the Sixers.
PJ says, is that Blake Griffin behind me? He is. I'm hiding him. I have to keep leaning over to look at the chat. So he's just, we're playing we're doing that like dancing at a wedding where you're like just vibing that, and he loves it. But yeah, I mean, there's signs of life. That they're down 13-3 in the third quarter so far, but Ben tried to steal from Westbrook and fell over. That was fun.
That's the thing. You just have to stay in front of Westbrook. I mean, if you stay in front of him, you're going to force him to take a jump shot, and he's going to miss.
He looked less willing to shoot than Simmons did in the first quarter, at least.
Oh, there we go. Right, that should work. So the stream's on 17 likes, boys. So if we can get to 20, that'd be amazing. If you could boost that up a bit, let's see if we can get 20 likes. That'd be amazing for that. We need some positivity from somewhere, and it's not coming from the Sixers drum line.
I got Furkan in there. I'm a big pro Furkan guy right now.
He started off quite good. I think he hit a 3 early on.
Has Matisse got in at all?
Not that I've seen.
I don't think he's had a minute, has he?
No.
That doesn't completely surprise me.
Yeah, he hasn't had a minute yet.
Oh, this is a minor quibble, boys.
We just need to score. Like, I know that sounds stupid, but like, just get something going. Just get a couple consecutive baskets. Stop.
Easy buckets.
Just get something. Like, not trying to overcomplicate it.
Build momentum. Don't go crashing in right away. Don't, don't demand a 3 out of your offense, but take what the defense gives you.
Camp asked if Sean's okay because his Skype's frozen for about a few minutes now. So we can't tell if he's playing, like, freeze and he's just trying to trick us all and play dead, or if he's alright. Oh, we can hear you. He just like, but your camera's like frozen, so you're just like, it's amazing. Oh, he's gone. Oh, well done, Kemp. God, now you've kicked him off. I hope you feel proud of yourself.
I feel like I hear him. I just don't see him. Did I just hear Sean? Or am I going crazy?
No, Sean's here.
He's here.
Oh, now he's not. Wait, now he's gone?
You hear me now? Am I good now?
We can hear you. We just can't see you now.
Huh, alright.
Blame Kemp.
I am going to head out, though, and go make sure Kayla doesn't get too mad at it, because I told her 8:30, and she's always like, you always go past the time. Why do you tell me time? So I'm going to head upstairs and watch stuff there.
That is some pent up aggression there, isn't it, over time?
But I'll talk to you guys soon. And everyone in the stream, I'll see you guys very soon. I think we plan on doing these quite often this season. So thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to you guys.
Yeah, have a great Christmas, Ricky. We'll see you soon, mate.
See ya.
Merry Christmas. Oh, he's gone. I didn't mean to say that as like, that's your present. Like, Merry Christmas. He's just gone. Promise that wasn't it.
Ricky's gone. Let's get down to the
Right, now the stream starts. Brittany says, hope Korkmaz doesn't beat up Beal. Yeah, it's all got a little bit dicey down there at the minute. I think the Sixers clearly
Look.
chilling.
And they both get ejected. I think we know who the clear winner of that is.
Ben's so much taller than that ref, just chinning. Now. Is he out?
I think we're gonna see I think we're gonna see a Dwight like mix it up on like a nightly basis of him just getting in somebody's face, which I totally love.
Yeah.
I love how Bertan just slapped his own teammate. That's hustle. I like that.
I still a floating voice, or can you guys see me? No.
You're a floating enigma now.
Oh wow. Alright.
Wait, so you go, burn these red jerseys so they can't wear them again. Why haven't they learned? Like, I'm just going to take a screenshot of that and tweet it every time Charlton choke in the 90th minute, to be honest.
Got some kind of bug in my office, and it's either a ladybug or a murder hornet. There's no in between on this one.
Oh. I mean, that is the minorest of quibbles.
Yeah, it's stuck in the light though. I don't think it's coming anywhere near me right now, so that's copacetic. And if not, I got the drill.
I love it. You just casually said the word copacetic like it's nothing. I love that.
Is it something?
No, it just reminds me of the Knuckle Puck song. But it's the only time I've ever heard it used outside of that Knuckle Puck song where it's like, everything is copacetic. You don't know. If no one knows Knuckle Puck, that is such a wasted reference. Oh. So I thought they count. Oh, Sean's back!
I fixed myself.
There we go.
Yeah.
Something
But-
again?
I fixed the camera now.
Cool.
PJ doesn't hate the red jerseys. I've got an old Drew Holiday jersey that always gives us good luck.
That's what I didn't do.
Oh, I was going to say you've got a Drew Holiday jersey. Right, we're blaming it on Zach.
And then I started making meatballs.
Just need to get the scoreline back on. Oh, God! Sorry, the scoreline was off. Sorry. Scoreline's back. You could have told me. How long's it been like that for?
That's probably why we have that dislike.
Yeah, someone's come in and just seen like a window of a window of a window of a window. It's okay, everything's fine. They're only down by 9 now.
The more I watch that replay, the more I like everything about it. The Ben kind of showing a little face, Tobias getting a little chubby. I like the little tip on the shoulder.
I like how the refs have turtle beaches, to be honest. There's no need. Just give them some AirPods. Look at them squatting up.
Earl Neto looks so angry on the bench, and I just love it.
Shout out to Ish Smith for getting in on the mix too. Former Sixer great.
Possible future Sixer.
Yeah. He was electric in like the short amount of time he was here.
Yeah.
Wait, why the rest wearing Beats by Dre? Just don't steal my joke. Oh, then you not in here. Why the Sixers not winning? That's a question we're all trying to work out. Basically, they can't stop a three-pointer or score a three-pointer. Yeah. Is where it's coming from. Which is amazing, because it feels like they were the areas that they, tried to improve heavily this season. But it's okay. Peckers can't be choosers. Oh, they actually wearing Beats. I thought they were wearing Turtle Beaches, to be fair.
No, they're wearing Beats.
Oh. Not Turtle Beach X31s. Fuming. I used to have a pair of Beats, and I sat on them and broke them.
Are they still reviewing this play on your end?
Yeah. So you've got another minute and a half, yeah. You got a long way to catch up. We're just getting kind of like odd shots. It's like the NHL all over again. Only instead of players staring at a wall, we just now have like, Smith walking about.
Oh, looks like the ref's saying something.
It's alright. We're back now. They've got the 2 points, free throw shots things.
So common foul.
Was it called a flagrant? What was it called?
Common foul. So no flagrant.
Okay. All right. That's motivation for Philly.
Yeah. I don't hate that though. They've gotten so soft with like giving out flagrants that like I kind of want that to peel back a little bit.
Hey Blake Griffin, I got something. Instead of Blake Griffin, or in addition to, I'll give you a better looking Davis Bertans too.
Okay.
Hang on, wait, let me get a picture of it. I've never. No. Hang on.
I need to look at his face more.
If Sean had a beard, 100%.
Yeah, but he doesn't have like a beard Bertans.
Nah. I feel like if you combine Bertans and Blake Griffin together,
Yeah. I have a more Blake Griffin face and Bertan's hair, I think.
yeah.
I feel like Sean has like the strong jawline of a Griffin, and then the eyes of wonder that Bertans has.
I've just been asked, is that a goatee or a shadow? I couldn't tell you. This is what happens when I don't shave for 2 weeks and I can't quite grow a full beard or anything. So it grows where it grows, and then it annoys me, so I shave it. You can call it whatever you want. I don't mind. He doesn't look like Blake Griffin as much anymore. He needs to shave off his hair. Aww. I'm gonna get the Blake Griffin trim for charity. Blake Griffin's in the background. Looks like he's from an ad. He should just who has an illegal stream in the background is Blake Griffin like, hello. Okay, so the lead's 10. Oh, hello. Oh. Not sure what that was, but okay. That'll do.
It won.
Was that an M1? It was.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you're at the same point as me. It's just, Zach's just a little bit behind. So he's sipping on wine. Time is up. Zach's still reviewing the play.
Just sitting back. It's still 10 points for me.
Got a little nice shake mountain action coming.
Apparently, it's the only thing the Sixers got tonight. So, we being sarcastic? It sounds. The last Shake Milton play I saw was not great.
No, this was a good one.
Where you at?
I'm at 335. He just airballed a shot.
Alright, give it 15 seconds.
What is Zach drinking?
So I have an Apothic Inferno. It was a gift from my pastor, and it is a whiskey barrel aged wine,
Oh,
and it's amazing.
a whiskey bar. So what does the whiskey part mean? Is there whiskey in it?
So the barrel, so a whiskey barrel, right? You familiar, Liam?
Yeah.
Barrels to age whiskey.
Yeah.
After it's done with the whiskey, you take out the whiskey, right?
Yeah.
Put the wine in, all right, and you let the wine age. And so the whiskey residue that's in the cask, the barrel, then kind of seeps into the wine.
Oh,
So
I'm gonna do that with milkshake.
Are you drinking that apple juice coffee I've heard so much about?
I've just finished it now, and I'm buzzing like a bumblebee. I can't lie.
And now I've missed the Shake Milton play because I was talking about wine.
Yeah, you got told to pick up the drill.
It gets better though.
Is that
It's looking up.
Yeah, Sean, if you missed it, basically every time someone drills a 3, Zach is prepared with an actual drill.
I like that.
We're gonna need to get him like business expense drill like next year where he can like graffiti it and just put a 6 as.
Do it.
Yeah, no, but dude, like we're gonna I don't want to graffiti your own drill. We're gonna slap loads of 6 stickers on it, spray paint it, jazz it up. Give it an overhaul. Give it a jersey. Driller 1 with an A instead of a R.
That millennial wine was purchased for me by a Gen Xer, so I don't want to hear it.
Oh, what's Frank? It must be well awkward trying to be a Sixers drum person right now. There's no one there. Like cheerleaders are throwing boomsticks in the stands. Like I'm amazed they're not lobbing t-shirt cannons out. I'm really stunned they're not.
Yeah, I'm really stunned that the Sixers look this bad.
Do you think they lose this game, Zach?
I'm starting to be worried about it. I mean, before we started, I was confident in a win, but, brought up the fact that the Wizards essentially gained Russell Westbrook without losing anyone because Wall was hurt all of last year.
Right.
So that was definitely a concern, and it's proving to continue to be a concern. And the Sixers can't guard Bertans. So, I'm a little worried. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, the lead's still 9, 2 minutes to go in the third. It's one of them where I genuinely feel like
Oh,
that.
your lead's back to 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, Berton's just flashed another 3 as
Ah,
he said that.
of course you did.
Yeah, this wasn't the season opener we were expecting.
Nope. Let's see if the
Oh.
Celtics. You can only hope.
How good do you think this Wizards team is? I think they're not as bad as they're made out to be.
I think that they're 7th, 8th seed.
Agreed. I think they're a borderline playoff team.
Yeah. I mean, so when you look at the playoff teams, obviously you have your Brooklyn, you have Boston, you have the Sixers, you have Toronto, Miami. The Pacers are still going to make the playoffs more than likely. So
Magic.
I'm going to pump the brakes on the Magic, and I'll tell you why in a little bit.
Okay.
So I think that was 7, because if you have the Sixers, Raptors, Nets, Celtics, Heat, Pacers, Bucks. 7. I've had a big glass of wine at this point. But I'm going to call that 7. We're going to put 7. So then you have 8, 9, and 10 because it's playing game. Washington, I think, is 8. And then when you look past that, you're talking about Orlando, Atlanta, and I think Charlotte has a shot at the 10th. I think Atlanta's my 9th seed, and I think Charlotte can overtake Orlando for the 10th. I am very, very insecure about Orlando's playoff hopes with Jonathan Isaac being out this year and Aaron Gordon effectively being ruined by the Orlando Magic organization. Markelle Fultz has his bag, i.e. no more motivation, which is great.
Something he's always lacked.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to be that good.
Yeah, I think the Magic have signed up for.
Is Fournier. They're not going to be that good.
Yeah, I think they've signed up for mediocrity for the next however many years, like 5+ years, with like the contracts they just dished out for guys that aren't worth it.
They're like a worse version of the Atlanta Hawks in like the prime Al Horford era.
Yeah, that team had more hope than I see the Magic having, though.
By far. By far. I mean, honestly, Isaac, I love re-signing Isaac because he is a fantastic, young, versatile player. He's out this year. He's not going to help you this year. So I think that's a good future move, but drafting Cole Anthony and re-signing Markelle Fultz makes no sense to me. I think Fournier picked up a player option. I don't think they fully re-signed him for multiple years. So he'll be here this year, probably gone next. Vooch. And I was thinking about it the other day, actually. There was the same year that the Sixers traded Ray to the Nuggets, and Vucevic went to the Magic in the Andrew Bynum trade. Mm-hmm. That was the same year as who was it? I'll let you know if I think about it. But it was the James Harden trade is what it was. When James Harden left OKC and went to Houston. And I just did not think, like, what if you built a package around Andre Iguodala to OKC, who, again, was in win now mode, for James Harden in return? Something like Dre, Mo Harkless, the first, for James Harden and whatever. Then you're talking about growing James Harden with Drew Holiday and Vucevic.
It was a vastly different James Harden back then than the James Harden we know today.
Don't get me wrong, but it shows, going for win now to a fault.
For sure.
Andrew Bynum was obviously he had a great season the year before, and he was still young. Mm-hmm. He had a lot of wear and tear on his legs, though.
Yeah, I still agree with the reasoning behind doing that deal. It's insane to think about out of Dwight Howard, Andrew Bynum, and Vucevic, that Vucevic probably has had the most successful career. Think about like the time of that trade. Dwight's kind of rebounded now, but he went through his dark days of his career right after that.
No, and specifically since that trade, I think you're absolutely right. I think since that trade, he's consistently been the better player Vucevic has. It's very shocking. Um, his rookie year, I liked what I saw out of him. I didn't think he was going to be, 20 plus per game scorer, but he scored okay. He rebounded really well. It really would have fit long term with even just with Drew Holiday. Forget James Harden because you're right, you never know. But just abandoning what youth. First of all, they go all in on a win now move, which respect the reasoning. They just had the wrong target. That's all it is. And then they go the other way into the process, which I think the process ended up being a really good decision. There was a way, and I've written about this before, there's a way they could have done it without sacrificing the youth as much. For instance, we know now that we didn't get much from the Drew Holiday trade. The biggest thing that we got was it ended up being in a retroactive kind of way Dario Saric.
First of all, I think that was such a symbolic move more than anything. Just in the moving on to Noel was the guy at the time that we were throwing our trust in with that, and obviously he didn't prove kind of worth that. But I also think I don't know, I don't think we would be at where we're at looks fantastic right now, but I don't think we would be to the level we're at if we didn't go to the badness that we went to.
Yeah, I mean we probably would have had success earlier, but to be fair, we really would be probably at the same level where we have trouble getting out of the second round.
Yeah.
It's difficult because they for all the good.
Sorry, they just scored a 3. I forgot Zach can't see me.
But for and Liam made me lose my point.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I can't get that sound out of my head now.
What is? Oh, yeah.
To circle back to James Harden real quick, because I do think it's relevant just given everything. When you look at him in OKC versus him in Houston, and this is what a lot of how everything's been so built around him. When he was the sixth man in OKC, he was active off the ball. He was moving off screens. He did everything. He played proper basketball, not just the isolation that we've come to know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of that's still in the back of my mind with everything. That guy is still in there somewhere.
I disagree.
I mean, it's hard, but
for lack of a better analogy, I think his personality has gotten fat on chicken wings, and I really do think that he's never going to want to go back to anything else but being ball dominant.
Yeah, I get that.
And I hear the sentiment, and I would hope that is there. If James Harden comes to Philadelphia, he's the number one guy.
Agreed.
That's it.
All right, how firmly are you against the Harden trade today?
It depends on what you give up. If you can get it done without giving up Simmons, I'm all for it.
I kind of disagree. I would rather flip Simmons than put a package together. I don't see the combination of Simmons, Embiid, and Harden ever working. That's just too much ball dominance for me.
Would it not be like Durant, Harden, and Westbrook in OKC? I did a basketball thing!
Yeah, that's good stuff, Liam.
You have Ibaka on steroids in Joel Embiid. You would have Harden is Harden, and you would have basically taller Russell Westbrook and Simmons.
So we have no KD. And
unfortunately, no. Tobias Harris, you're not saying he's not KD?
I'm certainly not.
So it does really reminisce that OKC team.
This is where I get.
The one thing I'll say, Sean, if you do put Ben Simmons in a James Harden trade, what I'm going to want, there was a rumor that the Sixers, after Morey came out and said, yeah, we're not trading Ben Simmons.
Which he has to say.
What's that?
Which he has to say.
Which he has to say. And he said it about Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
After he had said that, there was a rumor that, okay, yes, they are, but they're saying, okay, we'll give you Simmons, but we want more than Harden. That's kind of where I'm at.
Agreed.
Because if you look at the future impact that a Ben Simmons has based on his contract and his youth versus a James Harden, in the long term, I'm much more comfortable with Ben Simmons. That being said, there are still questions around the fit with Embiid and Harden and Simmons. So if that is the case, and you're talking about moving Ben Simmons for James Harden, and maybe you bring in extra. Houston doesn't have anything. I mean, you can take a Daniel House, but everybody hates him.
Okay.
I mean, but does PJ Tucker want to play with Harden? I mean, PJ Tucker was one of those guys who was very vocal about the preferential treatment that other players were getting on the roster. I love PJ Tucker. I think he fits great on the Sixers team. I don't, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and he'd be great here with Harden. I don't know that he's interested in coming here with Harden. So, I mean, otherwise, they don't have Covington anymore, which would have been a tall ask in the first place. I mean, who else are you really getting? You're getting House or McLemore, or that's probably it. So, you know, they're not going to give up any more draft picks, you know, so it kind of begs the question then, you know, do you trade Simmons for Harden? Or if you are going to trade Simmons, do you try and trade him for another star a little closer to his own age?
Yeah, well, here's where I look at it as is, if we hold on to Simmons for this, we are hoping Simmons reaches the level that Harden's already at, that we know he's at. And can't even be confident that he is going to get there. That, like, as much as I love Simmons and how much he does, you can't be a legit MVP candidate star if you can't shoot on a regular basis, score on a regular basis, and show, like, that willingness. And as much as there's so many great things that he does, and he is a terrific player, and I'm glad he's on the team, like, the Sixers still miss that kind of blatant shot clock go-to scorer. And as much as Embiid can do it, like, when you watch, like, the Nets last night, like, the way Kyrie and KD just can get a bucket whenever they want, like, we don't have that on this roster. And even, like, Jake is probably the guy that shows the most flashes of it, but there's not that certified star bucket getter that, like, I think is necessary to win in the playoffs.
And it's a lot to ask of Shake, too. That's the other
For sure.
You know, his youth, and he's still, I mean, he put on that alleged 15 pounds of muscle. But, you know, even still, he's on the smaller side. You know, it's a lot to ask of him. You really do need that perimeter ISO scorer, that bucket getter, which is a shame we let Jimmy Butler go because, you know, he may not have been a sniper, but he could get you a bucket when you needed one. So if you are talking about Simmons kind of in that parameter, I mean, then you could be talking about, you know, if the Chris Paul thing in Phoenix doesn't work out and Booker ends up wanting out, you look at a Simmons for Booker swap, something such as that. You know, there's not, teams don't like to let those players go is the problem. I mean, you're not gonna have a trade at the ready for Jamal Murray. You know, there's really, if you're looking at those kind of moves, you're talking about a guy maybe like a Spencer Dinwiddie who could possibly find his way over here, but the Nets aren't going to trade Dinwiddie to the Sixers. And even if they do, what are the Sixers sending back? I mean, Tobias Harris is the only sensible piece. And do they want Harris and his huge contract, considering that they want as much future cap flexibility as possible? So it's really about finding kind of the right fit. You know, honestly, if there's the person on the top of my head is right here in front of us tonight.
Me.
I think Bradley Beal would be a phenomenal fit.
Agreed.
And the only issue I have with that is that with Russell Westbrook, are they going to add a player like Ben Simmons?
Yeah. I was going to say
I don't think he shot at it.
On another note, the lead's down to 4.
Yeah, it's the game again.
So that's happened. That's been a bit of a rally. I think Joel Embiid has been doing bits right now. There's a bit of hope. It's down to 2. That's good. Everything's fine. And now there's stuff to talk about. We did it. We survived.
And Marquise Embiid over 24.5 looking real good, he says.
No one laughed at Liam's mean joke. I know, I'm used to it by now. I'm just, you know, if you stop shooting, you fail
I
yourself.
don't remember a me joke.
Oh no, like when you were like, the only other logical man's right in front of us, and I said me.
Yeah, no, I was not paying attention
No.
at all.
It's okay. I understand. You know, I will keep shooting those shots. We do not stop shooting. It's just something I wish the Sixers would do. Joel's got 24 points tonight. is a significant improvement over what you started the game with. What obviously was 0, but you know what I mean? Like, you started the game a lot colder and heated up over the last quarter or so. But for any mathematicians, 24 is a lot more than 0, so it's not technically wrong.
And I think Embiid needs to be the go-to guy down the stretch here. When you just look at like the matchups, I don't see anybody on the Wizards roster that can guard him.
Yeah, I mean, that's we were actually talking about that earlier. Is that between Thomas Bryant and Robin Lopez? I mean, if you combine those two players, maybe you have someone who can defend Embiid. But Bryant is too much of a novice, too young in his body, not strong enough. Whereas Lopez is just not athletic enough to keep up. I mean, Joel Embiid is the clear closer in this game, and you want to make sure that him and Shake are on the floor at the same time because you're going to need that open shot available if he gets double to the kick out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it leads down to 3. It was tied before the Wizards came back and hit anything else but a 3 would be a miracle at this point. No, I don't think it was. I think it was Bradley Beal.
No.
But we've got 7 minutes around. Where do we go from here? Do the Sixers still win, or is it a lot more? Well, now we're going to see the whole closing game aspect, aren't we? This is the best bit of the entire game. It's either going to be nothing's changed, or it's going to be, oh my god, the Sixers. Like, the first 3 quarters don't matter if this bit is different.
So here's my thing. Joel Embiid has been in the game in the fourth for a little bit now. On my clock, there's still 7 minutes left. This man's going to be exhausted by the time we get to the final 3 minutes of the game. And so that's definitely something to watch, especially since Sean and I were just talking about the fact that he's going to need to be the closer. He's going to need to continue to work the ball in the post. He's going to need to push past being tired because he's going to be exhausted by that point. He's always had a problem with conditioning. This is really going to show how much he's really worked on that in the offseason.
Yeah, it's going to be
the highest paid player on the team, Tobias Harris, for having 6 points tonight.
Should have traded him for Nick Batum.
I could seriously see just a Tobias dump coming at some point this season. Cause
he's going to dump on the court right now.
Very true. If you get a max deal with like less years left and open that up to add a third star, you can then do that way. Is another way. That's a very Daryl Morey move. I could see happening at some point down the line, but also super hard to find a taker for that.
To the Bulls with Matisse Thybulle, possibly a first, Otto Porter Jr., and Lord Markkanen.
Love that. I would love that. I like Lord a lot.
Sign Markkanen after the season, but you're keeping that point shooting. You're getting a nice 3-and-D guy in Porter. Porter's actually been replaced in the rotation early on by Patrick Williams, who I was a little sheepish on the drafting of him at 4, especially since his opinion of Vassell was what stuck out to me during his interview. But Williams has definitely impressed the Bulls brass so far. So Porter Jr., not that he was going to be a staple there for long, he really is more expendable, especially if they think they can bring in a star-level player.
Oh, Joel.
And Embiid is back in again.
Yeah, you just missed a jumper.
But I feel like you have to give him at least like a minute of rest or something in here. Stupid foul by Curry.
Straight up for Kevin Love.
I still might do that.
Yeah, I'm close. I might do it.
Why is
I don't know who's a better player. I think the fit with Love is even a little better.
I tweeted saying I think Sixers should put ball in hoop, not hard would help them score points. And someone tweeted saying, Coach Liam at it again. And just photoshopped me onto Brett Brown.
Oh, boy.
And I don't know how I feel about it, but that is genuinely incredible.
That war right there. Ricky, I agree. Everything with the refs feels really late and slow. It feels like I'm 20 seconds behind everybody.
Oh, it's going to be really, really hard if it was like an intense end to the game, which it could be at this rate.
Good take. Embiid with a big bucket there.
Zeller's fractured his left hand. Oh, minor quibble.
Hornets need a big. Who can we trade Harris for there? Terry Rozier and
Al Horford.
is that it?
Bring him back, then trade him again.
Horford. And Embiid just takes in charge. I love that man.
Jeez.
Oh, you know who's really stupid? The Pistons. Harris for Blake Griffin.
There's such a vendetta against the Pistons. I love it.
It's not even that. It's just they just insult the game.
You know what you've just done then? Like that's the whole. You know when there's that meme of the when a girl goes, I just think it's funny that. It's like, are you fine? Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. I just think it's funny how the Pistons are ruining basketball.
So on my screen, I just saw it. So in case Ricky hasn't yet, Embiid has 26 now. So unless he loses points, I think Ricky's Bennett is safe for the night.
They insult the game. I'm gonna steal that. I mean, there should be. I'm gonna have to allow Zach a 10-minute video while drunk to just vent everything out of his system about the Pistons. But he's already got his head in his hands. The content would just be through the roof. Look, he's already so.
I'm not in a good place right now. I mean, the Sixers are losing. I'm talking about the Pistons. It's not good.
Oh my god.
Spiral, I can feel it.
Eric says roommate Chris got me Eagle Zubaz pants. What's a Zubaz pants? Zubaz? Zubaz pants? I don't know what I don't know. You have to send a picture, Eric, but the fact that roommate Chris is still being referenced as roommate Chris makes my life. And the fact that it's wholesome is even better.
Fanny pack in the picture.
Oh, that was amazing. See, I didn't see the first bit. Like, I saw he got the fanny pack, and then I saw the picture and didn't realise it was on the belly.
It just looks perfect. It just looks like his shirt.
That's what I mean. I was like, Eric, are you okay? All right? The wings were good. Red Wings were being opposite. Eric, what should I bet on this game? True. I mean, Eric does seem to give out winning bets from goodbets.biz. Like, there's no tomorrow.
The only site that actually wins.
True. Unless, there's a certain betting podcast that, spreading the love that does pretty good and gets you free money, but no!
I bet that Eric's picks actually hit on.
Oh. Well, did you bet Washington to win outright against Pittsburgh, or did you not?
Are you talking to the guy that won $800 in 2 weeks? What are we talking about here?
Look, there's no need to, I'm just trying to make a living, Zach, alright? Oh, that's amazing. I think we should get Zach on the show now.
I am on Skype on my laptop I bought with my winnings.
Mate, that was I didn't even clock it the first time. The way when you text me, you were like, Liam, I need advice on a map because, okay, you're like, yeah, just, getting it with my winnings. And I was like, what? Hang on, what winnings? I didn't even clock it until Ricky mentioned it the next day.
Wait, hold on. What's Alex talking about that Sanders lost her 1,000?
Oh, but she bet like a three-way thing of like Miles Sanders to score any time or something. Instead of putting $20 on Alpine, which went to the moon the next day and won me like a lot of money, she went, no. I mean, yeah, I think, Zach and Sean on the pod next week. I reckon that'll be a New Year's special. As many PSN Grand degenerates as we can get. Where are we at with the game? It's currently, it's nice. Tied at 93. Big fourth quarter. Up the boys. So what was your biggest win, Zach, over the last month?
Let's go check out DraftKings.
Here we go. Is it bets or is it like daily fantasy?
No, it's bets. Straight. I do a lot of the custom spread.
Oh, okay. Oh, you do the Ricky specials where you tease them down?
Well, yeah. So, if it's like, I made a lot of money off the Bills. And, because they kept getting like around like -1.5, +1.5. So I would end up taking them at like -6.5 and just get a killer payout from it.
while you're doing that, PJ just said, Zach and Blake Griffin, if you were in charge, would you have hired Liam?
I'll let Zach take this one.
No, I know.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. Cheers. Once baseball season starts, just know that winnings will be through the roof. I'm really bad at baseball. Like, I bet on it so much as well. That's the thing. It's annoying. Just baseball, because it's on every day. It's so easy. Oh, Russell Westbrook's got that look in his eye. I don't like it. He's doing the Russ look. That like, okay, about to go do the thing. And I don't like that look. That's my technical analysis on Westbrook's play tonight.
I won 440 on something. I want to say that it was, I bet the under, a custom under on the Ravens Patriots game. And basically, I had bet that they would not score, that neither team would score for the rest of the game. And they did not.
Oh, that is saucy.
And it worked out.
I'm very proud of you. So you got the MacBook there sorted now?
I'm proud of me too. Yeah, no, it's up and running.
Wow, that's amazing. What a way to end the... I swear everything PSN has just gone through the roof over the... I don't know what kind of good karma we've got.
That one chip is much better than the way I started the year, so I'm pretty happy right now.
I don't know what's happened. Like the last 2 weeks, everyone at PSN is just rocketing. It's amazing. Zek's in. We love that. Evening, Mr. Zek. How are you? The sky is up, Ricky. Oh, damn it. Do we call it... No, we call it baseball. Rounders is baseball, but not rounders. There you go. That's my analysis on that. So we're full of the in-depth stuff today. Right. Sixers down by a chance to take the lead here. Go on. That's open. That's not open. Oh. Oh, that's not... Go on. Quick. That's the three. Get the drill. No, don't get the drill. Don't get the drill. Might as well.
Tobias Harris stinks.
Oh.
Can confirm it's a ladybug, not a murder hornet. Oh, come on.
Wait, PJ, you aren't British. Why the heck do you have a Fisher? A Fisher? Fisher profile page? I don't know. Right, we'll get to the bottom of that. Oh, apparently there's an NHL trade rumour for James Van Riemsdyk.
I know, it was Alex's reaction that I was oh come on.
Oh, I just... I mean, how reputable is NHL trade rumours? Is that... I don't know if that's good or not.
How did Harris miss wide open corner threes?
The Blue Jackets are still in fraction. Right.
I'm crossing over on my Harris too. I've always been like, if his contract was smaller, he wouldn't get all his criticism. Everyone should be able to hit that shot when you're on the floor like that.
Yeah, I mean, if he's making 20 million, I'm just killing him for missing those shots consistently. All right, so Sean, my next thought. Paul Millsap and Gary Harris were biased. Trade one Harris that sucks for another.
Fair. A younger, more potential, but still suckier Harris.
Yeah, neither can shoot. So.
True. I think I'm very close to getting on board with I will take pretty much anything to get Harris' contract and off the boards. I'm cool with Millsap. I don't love it. I like Mike Conley more. I think Conley, crazy, he was the highest paid player in the league at one point, but that's just how it goes for when your contract's up. I think Conley still brings a lot to the team.
The only thing I'll say about a trade to the Jazz is that that's going to, with the new Gobert signing.
Oh my God.
Push them really, really close to the apron, and I don't think that they're going to want that. But if they're willing to, because nobody wants to go to Utah, if they're willing to suck up his contract, I can see a Conley trade working out for both teams.
Mm-hmm. Tobias just missed another open 3.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled to see Milton miss those 2 free throws. I know that's a little further back for you guys, but still.
Yeah.
It's still the side, but I'm convinced he's having a stinker because of the sideburns. I know he's I'm scared. Like, how bad is Tobias's contract next year? Does it get worse, or is it a?
Yeah, it gets worse. It keeps going up.
Oh, it's one of them ones. Was it a max?
Yeah.
Oh, it was just under a max.
Okay.
It's like semantics. It was like $5 million under a max. It was ridiculous.
Oh dear.
It's basically a max, but it's not quite.
And Embiid still has not taken a rest in this stretch of the fourth quarter.
I don't like that. I do not like that. He should not be in for. He was in for, I want to call it at least the last 9 minutes of the game.
Yeah. And now it's too late. At this point, you have to rock with it.
Yeah, he can't come out now.
Right. But that 5 to 6 minute mark, you should be resting in there.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little farther back, 7 to 5 minutes.
If you have him checking back in around that 4-5 minute mark, that's perfect.
Agreed.
I mean, maybe you give him the first 2 minutes off in the fourth, check him in around, for about a 5-minute period or so. Sorry, I'm seeing some Ricky right now. Unrelated, though.
Hey, what's up where you're hiding? I'm hoping they're hiding a dub. That's what I'm hoping they're hiding. We've just had confirmation that Alex is leaving the stream to work on a Flyers article. Now, I don't know if this is commendable behavior or despicable, but...
Well, so let me point out something here. Alex has been here.
Yeah.
You're losing.
Yeah.
Alex is leaving. Pay attention to what happened.
All right. I mean, if it helps, the Sixers have tied it up.
I'll try anything.
Shake. It's a super impressive bucket by Shake. These are the ones that it blows my mind how young and the expectations to get thrown at him. There's not a lot of people who finish that.
I don't know why I keep leaning in with excitement when I know that everything I'm watching has already happened.
Is it? I keep tweeting about Tobias's sideburns. I just said it's mad that Tobias used to play for the Clippers but can't use them. I feel like that's my tweet of the decade, to be honest.
That's well done.
I just saw that Shake Milton play you were talking about. You're definitely right about that, Sean. I mean, that's that 15 pounds of extra muscle you put on right there.
Yeah. As much as I called him out for not believing that when he first said it, I do think it makes a difference. He looks way more confident going.
I mean, I don't know if it's a straight 15, but he's got something.
Yeah, I think it's more of a mental 15 than anything. He looks way more confident in his body, going hard to the rim and everything.
I mean, I would buy 15 since the beginning of last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, 15 in 3 months is that's insane.
If the Eagles can bench Carson Wentz, surely the Sixers can start Shake instead of Tobias. I like that.
They could, but the problem is your bench is really bad.
Yeah, I actually love about this team right now specifically just how strong the bench is. It feels like it's been forever since we've had a legitimate bench.
It hasn't been since we made the playoffs with Drew Holiday, Lou Williams. Not that Drew was on the bench, but that team. I think it was the year that D Rose got hurt.
Yeah, when they were the 8 seed.
Yeah, I mean we had just. I mean we. bench outscored our starters because I think everybody averaged. I think Lou Williams led the team in scoring off the bench, and it was around like 14 point something points. I mean, that was a whole different game back then. But.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I think Shake will have better scoring numbers than Tobias this year.
I think it's a bold take. I'm not disagreeing with you after this game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It shouldn't happen to be like Tobias should be able to.
It's pathetic if it does, but
yeah, I think it will, but yeah.
There you go. 2 minutes.
Tied up again.
Oh.
Ready with the drill.
Oh.
Let me know.
Oh.
Huh?
Yes.
Not a drill, but points.
Okay.
So it is a drill.
Not a 3, but yeah.
Like baby drill, like. Kai with a big shot on 1 foot. We'll class it as a 3. We've got 20 likes on the stream as well, boys. Thank you so much for your support tonight. Absolute heroes, a lot of you. Love that from you guys for sticking with us through this chaotic season opener that is probably only going to get more chaotic now as time goes on.
That's an unreal basket.
I nearly went into playing wheelchair basketball, you know, Liam. Never did. Oh, mate, you should. There was that show on CBBC called Desperados. I used to love that, and I know one of the people from it as well. One of the actors, which is a bit mental, so. It would be something, yeah, I would say it'd be really cool to get into. Definitely. If Simmons hits a 3, does Zach pull out a jackhammer?
No, I got an impact drill for that.
There's a da-da-da-da-da.
I just go dual wielding, yeah.
Oh, this is scaring me. Oh, wow. Go on. Ah.
We're good.
I like that Milton's out there.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, my God.
On the closing, it's got to be him. It's got to be Curry. I think Green has to be there, and then your stars. I think Harris does not deserve this, fourth quarter appearance.
We just go small when we do it that way.
Oh yeah, because you're versatile defensively, even if you go small. Between Milton, wingspan, Simmons' size, and then Green's a good help defender.
Okay, I need him to win by another 5.5 points. Everything is fine.
Sorry to say, it doesn't look like Ricky's going to get his spread here.
Oh, no. It's getting bad because everyone's legit going to stop listening to Spread in the Love and just start listening to goodbets.biz. Okay, Shake. 17 points he's had tonight.
Only 3 away from 20. I had Shake Shack just for him today.
Make that 2.
How long?
Is that Matisse? He's in.
Wow.
With 40 seconds to go.
Role player.
Yeah. I like that. A little defense, offense switch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And there's nobody in the building with fresher legs than Tease right now. For better or worse.
Yeah.
Big ass ladybug, though. I'm still unsure about it.
Wow. Big shot.
Jesus.
Big Beal shot?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Was it that obvious?
Yeah, a little bit.
Shake has done a very good job guarding Beal tonight, too.
So is it actually at 107, 105?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to watch the stream because that has the live score on it. Because I'm looking at a Matisse or a Shake Milton free throw right now.
What are the cheerleaders doing? Just stop. Use the money on, like, I don't know. Oh, I don't know, keep him actually. I can't think of anything else. I'll come back.
Looking at how Westbrook handled the game before that deal shot, I mean, say what you want about him, he does understand the game. I mean, he didn't even touch the ball until half court. Saving as much time as possible.
I swear to God, the Sixers are up by 4. If they win by 7 and my bet is 7.5, I will be raging.
I think Westbrook's the guy that the narrative has shifted to where he's gotten so much hate that he's now way better than he's portrayed to be.
Well, that and I think that what's happening with Harden lately has kind of softened people on both Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Paul had last season with the Thunder where he came out looking great, and he's beloved once again. Where Russell Westbrook, if he can get the Wizards to a playoff berth and a win in a playoff series, I think he's going to be right back there, kind of close to that Chris Paul level.
Ooh. I've got to stop making weird noises.
That's never going to happen, buddy.
No. Oh, my, I thought...
Yes, sir.
I'm surprised that this is... I mean, it's not low scoring, but how low scoring this game is, considering what I thought going in. And it's not a matter of good defense. It's a matter of just everyone being rusty, which makes a lot of sense, but it's still kind of caught me off guard.
As much as they've played poorly and there's been a lot of disappointing, I like that they're kind of getting a close game and kind of having to play through this. And it's still exciting that they've played bad and are still in the game. And looking very good right now.
Okay. It's not like this is Knicks or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, is that Doc Rivers making a... Is he coaching? I can't believe we're seeing a coach in the foot. This is amazing.
How is that? All right, the Simmons dunk. Are we going to talk about how that was not called a foul? I get it's crunch time, but if he physically moves the dunker before he's dunks.
Yeah.
I guess the thought was Simmons had already made the shot. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I feel like they're pretty generous with letting you get contact on those kind of plays, especially in the fourth quarter with that.
I mean, to be fair, if it was a foul, would Ben Simmons have hit the shot anyway? Sorry, that was... Sorry.
How many turnovers did the Sixers have in this game?
They had 10 after half-time because I said, oh my God, they haven't turned the ball over much. And then it turns out they had.
Board. Good.
So if it was 10 at half-time, well, I don't know what it'll be now, but...
So it's safe to say that they're turning the ball over more than they should.
Yeah.
I had somebody say, this didn't age well, talking about my pregame article where I literally said, turnovers are a concern, the shooting of Danny Green and Seth Curry is a concern, and Shake Milton's awesome. Pretty sure 3 for 3. So
3 for 3.
Sean, is that you?
That was my dad next to me, actually.
That's amazing.
I love it. Papa Griffin.
Oh my God, they're up by 6. Go on, right, one more bucket and we are cooking with gas. For a grand win of £4.
Wow. They just called a foul on that.
Why?
Matisse just got baited into that one.
He didn't even touch him, did he?
Kinda, not really. That's the veteran move on Matisse. Well done, but that hurt.
wise, how we looking?
Should be fine.
They got the ball and they got it in. All right.
I'd like to think that's game over. I've preemptively tweeted that they've won, so that might not end well.
Curry's had no line. I like that.
Good, we're good.
Yeah, I'd like to think that's game over now.
I was a little nervous about them getting the ball in on that one, but they got it.
Oh my! They're literally gonna miss by about a point. £4 weight. That could have bought me like an entire like beer. I hate to see it. Sean's frozen again. No, he's just as ice cold as Danny Green.
Deadlock focus is what it is.
Oh, the Sixers win.
That's what we need.
That's all we need to see. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
So, quick trade Tobias Harris for Terry Rozier notes. Anyone want to guess how many points Rozier had tonight?
No idea.
42.
What?
Wow. Scary Terry.
So he can actually play, unlike how many people think. So if we can get him, just one more guard. But anyway, Sixers officially won. Is that over yet now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so are any of you guys on post games? Like as in Zooms and stuff.
I'm doing press conference, yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure I don't want to hold you up too long. That was.
Gotcha.
What were you saying, Zach?
No, it's just incredible that they actually came back and won this game because I had a horrible sinking feeling that they were going to lose this.
No, I completely agree.
Played so much of the fourth quarter consecutive is absolutely huge, not just for this game, but just in general. I mean, I can't imagine him playing for that long of a stretch in general, let alone in the fourth quarter of a game. You know, I get it's the beginning of the season, but it's the beginning of the season where you didn't have much of a training camp or a preseason. So it's a great sign for his legs. I think that's the biggest win of the night is Embiid's conditioning because he just had an absolute tear of a night. 29 points, 14 rebounds, 8 and 9 from the free throw line. How do you argue with that? I mean, just an absolute shellacking on his part. And Shea Milton's, right there behind him as the number 2 win for the night. The big loss being Tobias Harris and just how bad he looks. It's a little disappointing also just how, I don't want to say disengaged, but disinterested from a scoring standpoint Simmons looks. It's disappointing. He really, when the team needed him, he revved up the engines a bit, but you kind of want to see him have that hunger and desire consistently throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of positive and negative to talk about after that one. Unfortunately, like the fact is there's more negative at least shows us stuff to build on straight away. It's not like they've come out too good and it's oh my god this is perfect and it can go down. So in a way, like I like they struggled early on and actually found the guts and the gall to get through that fourth quarter and pull back. Like as much as guys like Tobias Harris struggled, I think my main takeaway was just that fourth quarter tight game. They didn't let it slip away. And Doc Rivers called a crucial timeout, made adjustments, got different guys in there like Matisse, even though it was super late, definitely made a difference. So that'd be one of the positives. The rest of it, like the shooting, I guess it's going to come in time. Like it's streaky, isn't it? Or that sort of thing. Like you can't expect it to just kind of happen instantly.
Yeah, overall, I think just like exciting it. Even though they played pretty poorly, they still managed to find a way to win, which is kind of what I want to see in this team. Just that kind of chip in the shoulder, find a way to get it done is what they've been missing in the past. So I still take tonight as victory because of that.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. What are your takeaways on that? So Ricky says good night and good basketball. I like that phrase. That's a good phrase. It has been an absolutely brilliant show. Thank you so much to everyone for hanging out. Are we going to do more of these? Definitely. The plan is we want to do one per week on typically a marquee matchup. So that's where we're going to be aiming at. So stay tuned, logged into our Twitters. That's where we're going to be updating you guys, keeping you posted with the schedules and what games we're going off on. With regards to post-game content, phillysportsnetwork.com. Sean is going to be all over the press conferences. We're going to get some post-game content coming out soon. And then prime you guys up for the season ahead. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of watch-alongs, a lot of written content. From Blake Griffin himself, Sean Bernard, from Zach Chauvalella. Did I say it right?
I wasn't listening.
Never mind. Anyway, thanks for watching. Anything you guys want to say or plug or kind of analyse before we call it a day?
Yeah, I mean, you can follow me at Sean Bernard 1 on Twitter, and Pick My Podcast is the podcast me and my co-host James Brain run. We're always talking Sixers on that, so yeah, give those a follow and worth it. And yeah, I'm excited for the season.
Yeah, it should be an exciting season. For me, I'm Z Chavo PSN. That's ZCIAVO PSN. And you can also follow my pod baseline_scoop, also on Twitter. We're going to actually be doing something on my pod pretty soon, kind of roping in all the Sixers guys together, as well as some listeners as well, just trying to really think about what we wish for the Sixers going into the new year, going into 2021. So there's going to be some more details coming out on that soon. So be sure to follow myself on Twitter, baseline_scoop, and PSN. All three of us will have some details coming out on that very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your evening to watch and sharing this experience with us. I'd like to think we kept us all sane throughout that, because it could have very easily got messy, especially in that second and third quarter. But the Sixers pulled through. They're 1-0, undefeated ahead of Christmas. What a vibe that will be. We'll see if that continues in the next couple of days. From me, Liam Jenkins, from Sean, from Zach, thank you for absolutely everything. We will see you very soon for another watch along. Take care and enjoy the first win of the 2020 to 2021 season.